All right, people. All right, people. I believe all of you are doing great, having a good time. Welcome to Unacademy NEET English. Please let me know in the chats if I'm perfectly audible, visible. Yo. Do let me know in the chats if I'm perfectly audible, visible to each and every single student, and let the people join, let the people come. We are starting the session accordingly. Okay. Yo. So, my dear NEET aspirants, since I told you I'll be coming up with few sessions, those sessions are going to be incredible. Okay. You are going to love those sessions. So, my dear NEET aspirants, we will be discussing only those topics from, I would say, questions will be asked for sure. Okay. Yes, you can expect questions from these topics. And my dear NEET aspirants, I'll be basically showing you all the previous year questions of JEE mains as well as NEET, which have been asked from these particular topics. Okay. And I'll try to show as many questions as possible. That is what is my goal every single time. So I would want you guys to smash the like button because liking the session is extremely mandatory. Okay. Liking the session is extremely mandatory. Liking the session means marking the attendance. Is that clear? Is that clear, boys and girls? I have shared the PDF also in the last session. So please do join this Telegram channel. That is t.me/Yawar, Yawar Manzoor. And there is one more channel, that is t.me/Unacademy NEET English. So these are the two channels that I would you guys to recommend to join. Okay. So because all the updates I share over here only. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, see, a lot of NEET aspirants keep asking me every single time, sir, shall we do these topics and shall we do the questions only which you are showing on the slides only? So I would recommend you to solve more questions from your end also. Okay, like if let's suppose I'm coming up with a particular topic, I'll show you 5 to 10 questions of previous year questions, but you are supposed to solve more from your end. Okay, that is my recommendation to each and every single student out there. So I think let's start this particular session, my dear NEET aspirants. Okay, make sure everybody smash the like button because liking the session is extremely mandatory. First and the foremost thing, let me show you there is a topic from which I'll show you how many questions have been asked. Every single year question come from this. See, JEE Mains 2024, 2023, 2023. And these are just one-liner questions if you know the concept. If you don't know the concept, then it will take you the entire day. Let me tell you that. If you know the concept, just one-liner question. See, NEET 2023, okay? So my dear NEET aspirants, let's dive into this particular session first. Let's dive into this particular topic first. That is average velocity. Everybody of you must be knowing average velocity. Simple, but there are some, I would say, next level concepts involved in average velocity that I'm going to show you today. Okay, now listen to me very carefully. I will write over here average velocity. Average velocity. And average speed. Average speed. My dear NEET aspirants, I would want you guys to listen to me very carefully over here. What is the difference between speed and velocity? First thing, sir, let's suppose if I say there is a car over here, this car is moving. If I say this car is moving with 40 km per hour, just I'm saying 40. So now this tells me how fast the car is moving. That's it. This concept tells me how fast the car is moving. That's it. Okay. Now, if I say, my dear NEET aspirants, there is one more car. It is moving with 40 km per hour towards east. So, my dear NEET aspirants, in this particular case, I'm telling you how fast the car is moving. along with the direction. This is velocity. This is velocity and this is speed. That's it. This is the main difference. How fast the car is moving and towards where it is going. That is velocity and this is speed. Now, average speed and average velocity. Listen to me very carefully, my dear NEET aspirants. Let's suppose I'm traveling from this point to this point. This is point A and this is point B. Listen to me very carefully. I would want you guys to listen over here. Make sure you smash the like button. Duration of the session will be 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours. That's it. So, my dear NEET aspirants, when we define average speed, if I write over here average speed, listen carefully. Average speed means total distance traveled upon total time taken. This is the basic formula of average speed. How much distance you have covered from A to B, how much time you have taken from A to B. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, when it comes to the average velocity simply means total displacement traveled. Displacement traveled upon total time taken. That's it. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, if you are traveling along a straight line without changing the direction, if you are traveling along a straight line without changing the direction, in that particular case, we say distance is equal to displacement. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, without change in direction, if distance is equal to displacement, so I can say average speed will be equals to average velocity 100%, sir. Because distance and displacement in that case will be same. So average velocity and average speed will be same. So, my dear NEET aspirants, average velocity and average speed. How fast an object is, what does average speed tell you? How fast an object is traveling from A to B. A speed, what is speed? How fast you are moving, okay? Now, how fast you are moving from A to B, that is average speed. How fast you are moving at a particular point, that is instantaneous speed. How fast you are moving from A to B along with the direction, that is average velocity. That is average velocity. So in nutshell, in shortcut, I'm telling you what is average velocity, total distance traveled upon total time taken. Okay, total displacement traveled upon total time taken. And what is average speed, total distance traveled upon total time taken. Is that clear? Guys, make sure you smash the like button, everybody out there. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what I want you guys to understand, take a look. This is type 1. Type 1 problem. Type 1. Listen carefully. An object, I would want you guys to focus over here. An object moving in a straight line without change in direction. An object moving in a straight line without change in direction. Sir, that means distance is equal to displacement. Sir, that means average speed is equal to average velocity, 100%. Okay, moves x1 distance in time t1. It moves x1 distance. This is x1 distance in time t1. x1 distance in time t1. Okay, and x2 distance in time t2. This is x2 distance. Find the average speed and average velocity. Can I say in this particular case, I would say average speed will be equals to average velocity. Absolutely, sir. Now tell me, that is total distance traveled. What is total distance? x1 plus x2 upon total time taken, t1 plus t2. Absolutely, sir. Without a shadow of doubt. This is going to be the average velocity when distance and time is given. Now let's move on to this one, type 2. Oh, I will show you the previous year questions. Okay. Just one liner. It will take you just one line to solve. An object moves with a speed v1 for a time t1. There is an object which is moving with a speed v1 for a time t1. Okay. An object is moving with speed v1 for how much time? For t1 time. Like for first 5 seconds, object is having 5 km/h speed. And then, my dear NEET aspirants, I would say for time t2, it has velocity v2. Velocity and time is given. Velocity and time is given, my dear NEET aspirants. Velocity and time. Velocity and time. In this particular case, what I want you guys to understand over here, listen to me very carefully. What I can say in this particular case, when it comes to the average speed, listen guys, when it comes to the average speed, I would simply say, directly remember, my dear NEET aspirants, average speed over here will be total distance traveled. Or tell me one thing, in this particular case, sir, velocity and time is given. We say velocity is equal to displacement upon time, x by t. How can you find displacement? That is v into t. Now, velocity in this case is given, time in this case is given. How much is this distance? That is V1 into T1. This is this distance, total distance traveled. And this distance plus V2 into T2 upon time is T1 plus T2. That's it. Total distance traveled. This is actually distance. From here to here distance, from here to here distance. Okay. And total time taken, my dear NEET aspirants, T1 plus T2. Now, if I say, listen to me very carefully, this is when velocity and time is given. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what I want you to understand in this particular case, that is, if I say this T1 is equal to T2, this time and this time are same. Like, listen to me very carefully. If an object moves from here to here in time T, and this is also time T, this is V1, this is V2. In that particular case, what do you say average speed? Average speed will be T plus T, because T plus T is 2T. 2T. And here, V1 into T, V2 into T. V1 into T plus V2 into T. This T will cancel. So average speed in this particular case will be V1 plus V2 divided by 2. Now this is valid when an object has velocity V1 and V2. Listen to me very carefully. This is valid when an object has velocity V1 and V2 for same time interval. For 3 time intervals. Guys, if an object moves for time T, if its velocity is V1, velocity is V2, velocity is V3. If somebody says, what is the average velocity over here? You'll simply say V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 1, 2, and 3. Here, how many intervals? 2. So divided by 2. How many intervals? 3 divided by 3. That's it. Let's move on to type 3. Type 3. Now see, an object is moving x1 distance with speed v1. An object is having x1 distance with speed v1 and x2 distance with speed v2. Okay, then average velocity in this particular case is, here a distance and velocity is given. Guys, in this case, velocity and time is given. I have told you all the 3 cases. In this case, distance and velocity is given. I have told you this case also. And in this case, distance and velocity is given. So can I say average velocity in this case will be, guys, total distance traveled, that is x1 plus x2 divided by, so time is not given. See, velocity is distance upon time is distance upon velocity. Done, sir. How to find this time? We say x1 divided by v1, plus how to find this time? x2 divided by v2. Array, done, sir. Now, let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, if I say for equal distances, my dear NEET aspirants, if an object moves from here to here, let's suppose this distance is x, this distance is x, this is v1 and this is v2. It is like this, here equal time, here you have got equal distances. In this particular case, average velocity is going to be, tell me, x plus x is 2x upon x. So this will be x divided by v1 plus x divided by v2. X will cancel. So I can say average velocity in this particular case will come out to be, that is, this is 2 upon 1 divided by v1 plus I would say 1 divided by v2. I hope this is crystalline clear, my dear NEET aspirants. Now, if I say in the same case for 3 equal intervals, if an object moves x1, x distance with v1, next x distance with v2, next x distance with v3. Guys, for 2, I would say equal distances. For 2 equal distances, 2 upon 1 by v1, 1 by v2. For 3 equal distances, average velocity will be how much? That is 3 upon 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 plus 1 by v3. Tell me how many of you understood this. Please tell me in the chats. Come on, guys. Give me the signal in the chats. How many of you understood this? Everybody out there. Quick. Smash the like button. Mark your attendance. Tell me guys quickly. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear, guys? Is this clear? Yo, that's great. Now, guys, take a look. Okay, this is a question of NEET. This is a question of NEET. NEET PYQ. Take a look. A bus traveling first 1/3 distance. A bus traveling first 1/3 distance with 10 km/h. So this, let's suppose first 1/3, or let's keep it x by 3. Total distance is x. So this will be x by 3. This will be x by 3. This will be x by 3. First 1/3 distance with V1 is equal to 10 km/h. Next 1/3 x by 3 V2 is equal to, I would say, with 20 km/h. And last 1/3 distance, V3. Last 1/3 distance V3 is equal to 60 km/h. Okay? Okay? Now, my dear NEET aspirants, if I say in this particular case, could you please tell me what is the average velocity? Guys, tell me. When you have three equal distances, directly you will say 3 upon 1 by V1, 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20 plus 1 by 60. Oh. It will come out to be 18. Just one liner. Just one line. Equal distances. Just 3 upon 1 by V1, 1 by V2, 1 by V3. Next. JEE 2024. JEE 2024. JEE 2024. A particle moving in a straight line covers half of the distance with 6 km/h. Listen to me very carefully. A particle moves in a straight line, covers half of the distance. Let's suppose this is half. This is x by 2, this is x by 2. It covers this half with V1 is equal to 6 meter per second. 6 meter per second. Okay. The other half covered in 2 equal time intervals. Oh, this is an important question. So the remaining half, this is x by 2 and this is x by 2. This remaining half, it is covering in equal time intervals. Let's suppose this is in time t, this is in time t. Remaining half, it is covering in equal time intervals with speed v1. Here, v2, let's suppose it is 9. And this, for this time, it is having the velocity, I would say v3 is equal to 15. Now, guys, in this particular case, the question is divided into, I would say, two phases. First is equal distances is all given, as well as equal time intervals is also given. First of all, I would want you guys to find the average of these two. What is the average of these two? When you have an object moving in equal time intervals, t and t, how do you find the average? V1 plus V2 divided by 2. So in this particular case, you can find the average as, that is V1 plus V2 divided by 2. What is the value of V1? That is 9. What is the value of this? 15 divided by 2. Are you getting me, guys? Please tell me in the chats. Are you getting me? Is this clear? Is this clear? So how much that is going to be? That is 24 divided by 2. That is 12. Now this portion has the average velocity of how much? 12. And this portion has the average velocity of how much? That is V1. Now find the average. Now, can I say this is V dash? Now, can I say average? Final average will be. Now you can use the equal distance formula in the entire scenario over here. From in this half distance and in this half distance. How do you apply that? Sir, when you have two equal distances. When you have two equal distances, my dear NEET aspirants, in that particular case, 2 upon 1 by V1, 1 by V2. So you can say in this particular case, 2 upon 1 by V1. What is the value of V1? That is 6 plus 1 by V2. That is 1 divided by 12. Oh, yes or no? Oh, yes or no? And solve this, my dear NEET aspirants, it will come out to be 8 meter per second. So this option D, JEE 2024. Let's move on to this one. JEE 2023 on this one. This is a very important topic. That's why I'm showing you the questions over here. Array, it is simple. What do you want me to repeat here? Half of the distance it is covering with V1, 6 meter per second. Remaining half it is covering in equal time intervals. So for time t, it is having velocity 9. For another time t, it is having velocity 15. Now you find the average between these two first, applying this formula, equal time interval formula. Once you get the average of this, now the question is like this, my dear NEET aspirants. Now it is like this. So for this much x by 2, velocity is, I would say, 6. For this, velocity is 12. Now you can apply this formula. Tell me in the chats, is this clear? Tell me in the chats, is this clear? Guys, give me the signal in the chats if this is crystalline clear. Everybody, guys. Is this clear, or make sure you smash the like button? Next, a person travels x distance with velocity v1 and then x distance with velocity v2 in the same direction. What is this, bro? It says it covers x distance with velocity v1, remaining x distance with velocity v2. The average velocity of the person v, then the relation between v, average velocity it is given as v, average velocity is given as v. Okay, you are supposed to find relation between equal distances, bro. How do you find average in the equal distances? 2 upon 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. Equal distances case. Now take it over here. V divided by 2 will be equals to 1 upon V divided by 2 will be or. Okay, do one thing. Take this over here. Take this over here. 1 divided by v1 plus 1 divided by v2 and take it over here. So this will be 2 divided by v. I think option D is matching. Just one liner if you know the concept. If you don't know the concept, it is very difficult. Let me tell you that. Next, JEE 2023. Take a look, my dear NEET aspirants. An object moves with speed v1, v2 and v3 along a line segment AB, BC and CD. For AB, it has speed v1. For BC, it has speed v2. For CD, it has speed v3. Okay. Whereas AB is equal to BC. This distance is equal to this. AB is equal to BC. Okay. And then it says AD is equal to 3 times of AB. AD is equal to 3 times of AB. Okay. See, guys. This and this are similar. And this AD distance is 3 times AB. Means this and this are equal. This and this are equal. And this entire distance is equal to this 3 times of, see what is given over here. AD, entire distance is equal to 3 times of AB. And AB is equal to BC. If these two are equal, so means CD is also equal to BC is also equal to AC. So can I say if this is X and this is X? My dear NEET aspirants, in this particular case, you guys are supposed to find the average. Array yaar, 3 upon 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V3 plus 1 by V3. Please tell me in the chats if this is crystalline clear. Please tell me in the chats if this is crystalline clear. Solve this, you will get the option 4. Solve this, you will get the option 4. This is the option 4, option D. Solve this, you will get option D. Take a look at this question, JEE 2023. A vehicle travels 4 kilometers for 3 kilometers per hour. A vehicle travels 4 kilometers, okay, with a speed of how much? V1 is given as 3. Another 4 kilometers with a speed of how much? V2 is equal to 5. Oh, what is the average, bro? What is the average, bro? That is 2 upon equal distance case, 1 divided by 3 plus 1 divided by 5. Array, yes or no? Array, yes or no? 3.75. 3.75. See, People are writing in the chats. I told you it's a one-liner question if you know the concept. That's the reason I gave you the concept initially. Otherwise, I could have solved these questions directly. No, I gave you the concept first. I gave you the concept first. This one. Then it becomes one-liner. Next, JEE 2023. A car travels X distance with speed V1, X distance with speed V1, and remaining X distance with speed V2. Okay, again equal distances. V average is equal to 2 upon 1 divided by V1 plus 1 divided by V2. Are yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Crystal clear. Crystal clear. Okay. 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 Graphs. Graphs and kinematics. Very, very important. Very, very important. Is this clear? Come on, guys. Give me the signal in the chats. I would want you guys to tell me in the chats if this is crystalline clear. Everyone means everyone. Everyone means everyone. Okay. Everyone means everyone. And smash the like button if you are not like the session yet. Or tell me in the chat, so with the fire emojis. With the fire emojis. Everyone, guys. Okay. Take a look at this particular question. Position time graph. Guys, what is position time graph? Just let me give you the idea in 2 minutes. Maximum 2 minutes. There is a car. It is moving. After t is equal to 1 second, car is here. After t is equal to 2 seconds, car is here. After 3 is equal to 3 seconds, this is the position of the car. X is equal to 3. After t is equal to 4 seconds, this is the position of the car. X is equal to 4. Now plot the same situation graphically. So we will plot its position time graph, xt graph. So its xt graph will be the straight line, something like this. Why? Because when time is 1, position is 1. When time is 2, position is 2. When time is 3, position is 3. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, if I say what is the slope of this graph, always remember if this is y versus x graph. Okay. If I say what is the slope over here, always remember, my dear NEET aspirants, slope is tan theta. And tan theta means, if this is theta, tan theta means perpendicular by base. So here you will be considering this as perpendicular. You will be considering this as base. So angle is made with x-axis. So you'll be considering this as base. So you can say dy by dx is the slope, perpendicular dy, and base is dx, or delta y by delta x, whatever you want to say. Now, in this particular case, what is slope? Slope is, sir, tan theta. Tan theta is what? Perpendicular by base. Perpendicular is what? Dx divided by dt. Now, boys and girls, we know rate of change of position with respect to time, dx by dt is velocity. So, does it mean slope of position time graph gives us velocity? Absolutely. From now onwards, if somebody says, find the velocity from position time graph, what will you find? You will find slope. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take a look at this particular question, JEE 2025. Take a look at this question. The displacement x versus time graph is shown below. Okay. You have to tell me which option is correct. Very good question. Let me tell you, my dear NEET aspirants, this is a very good question. Okay. Now, first and the foremost thing, I would want you guys to understand in this particular case, the average velocity during 0 to 3 seconds is 10 meter per second. Average velocity from 0 to 3 seconds, from 0 to 3 seconds, it is 10 meter per second. No, it is incorrect. How can you check this, my dear NEET aspirants? You need to find the slope. By finding the slope from 0 to 3 seconds, you can find this. Okay. Okay, so from this is 0 and this is 3 seconds. 3 seconds is over here. So first it is going down, this graph, then it is coming up. Okay, so here in this particular case, slope is negative. Here in this particular case, slope is positive. So this would be incorrect. This would be incorrect. Now, if I say the average velocity during 3 to 5 seconds is 0. Guys, see, this is 3 and this is 5. Can I say in this particular case, you see position of the object is constant. It is not changing the position. See, at 3 seconds position is 5. At 4 seconds position is 5. At 5 seconds position is 5. So means object is at rest. If the object is at rest, velocity will be 0. This is correct. This is correct. Next, the instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds is 5 meter per second. At t is equal to 2 seconds, it says velocity is 5 meter per second. See, how do you find, guys, how do you find velocity from position time graph slope? So my dear NEET aspirants, see. If this is the graph, in this particular case, we say slope is constant. Why? Because slope of a straight line is constant. And what is slope of position time graph? Velocity. So velocity is constant. So here in this case, velocity is constant. So my dear NEET aspirants, what I can say, from this point to this point, we say velocity is constant. Now listen to me very carefully. How do we find the velocity in this particular case? See. Let's find from this point to this point, from this point to this point, because velocity will be same. You have to tell me exactly at 2. So if I say what is the slope from 2 to 3? So slope will be from 2 to 3. That is perpendicular by base, tan theta. Now tell me, my dear NEET aspirants, if I say from 2 to 3, this is base and this is perpendicular. Now how much is this perpendicular? That is 5. Array, this length is 5. And how much is this base? 3 minus 2 is 1. So I would say 5 divided by 1. And this slope is actually velocity. So that is 5. Array, correct, sir. 100% correct, sir. So if I say whatever is the slope from this to this, same will be at 2, same will be at this, same will be at this. Because it is constant. Okay. The average velocity during 5 to 7 seconds and instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 6-5 seconds are equal. Okay. 5 to 7 seconds. This is 5 and this is 7. So first it is increasing, then it is decreasing. And then it says at 6.5, at 6.5. How is it possible that at 6.5 it will be equal? No. See, from 5 to 6, velocity is positive because slope is positive. And then from 6 to 7, velocity is negative. Guys, this means positive slope. This means negative slope. If the graph is decreasing, negative slope. If the graph is increasing, positive slope. Okay. So can I say in this particular case, my dear NEET aspirants, listen to me very carefully. Here velocity is positive. Then velocity is negative. So from 5 to 7, initially velocity is positive, then velocity is negative. And then at 6.5 will be this. So at this point, velocity is negative only. So not possible. The average velocity from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 9. From t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 9, it says average velocity is 0. Now tell me, is it correct? See, average velocity means total displacement traveled. At t is equal to 0, what is the position? That is 0. Graph starts from here. Then it goes minus 5, then plus 5, then plus 10, then again 0, then minus 5, then again 0. So my dear NEET aspirants, what is the displacement? Initial position is 0. Final position is 0. Displacement is 0. Time is 7. So average velocity will be 0. This is correct. B, C and E is correct. Please tell me in the chats if this is clear. Please tell me in the chats if this is clear. Please tell me in the chats if this is clear, guys. Question was lengthy, but the question was amazing. Question was amazing. Please give me the signal in the chats if this is clear. Next, JEE 2023. This is position time graph. This is position time graph. Guys, make sure you smash the like button. This is position time graph, X versus T graph. If anybody is getting any sort of confusion, then I would recommend him to watch it once again later. Okay. Okay. Array, what is the initial position, bro? What is the initial position, bro? Sir, initially it is at 0. Then it goes till minus 5 meters. Then it goes plus 5 meters. At t is equal to 3 seconds, its position is 5. Then it goes till, sir, 10 meters. Then it comes back. Now at 7 position is again 0. Okay, then it goes down. Then at 9 again position is 0. So final position 0, initial position 0. If final position is 0 minus initial position is 0, final position minus initial position is also displacement. So displacement is 0 divided by time. So this will be average velocity, that is 0. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. The instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds is 5. This is 2 seconds. I told you from A to C, velocity is same. Why? Because from A to C, it's a straight line. And in case of straight line, slope is same. And if slope is same, means velocity is constant. Whatever is velocity here, same is 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 here. Even between these 2 points, velocity is same. Between these 2 points, velocity is same. Between these 2 points, at a point also velocity is same. So that's why I calculated velocity from here to here. That is this perpendicular by base. That will be velocity at 2. Now don't ask me to solve this again. Position time graph. Okay. The position time graph. Guys, this angle is alpha. This angle is beta. Now, first of all, tell me which one is greater. We say alpha is greater than beta. So can I say slope of which one? Slope of which one? Slope of B. My dear NEET aspirants, is greater than slope of A. Slope of A. Absolutely, sir. Array, slope means this is having more slope, this is having less slope, angle is less. So can I say, my dear NEET aspirants, in this particular case, listen to me very carefully, velocity of B is greater than velocity of A? Absolutely, sir. Velocity of B is greater than velocity of A. Yes, this is B. Velocity of B is greater than velocity of A. Absolutely, sir. Okay. So these are the two graphs. So in this graph, velocity is large. In this graph, velocity is less. Okay. Then, my dear NEET aspirants, next thing in this particular case, okay, next thing in this particular case over here, A, B, C, D. Yo, yes, this is D. B travels faster than A. Velocity of B is greater than A. Option E is correct. Okay, okay, okay. And one more important thing, my dear NEET aspirants, what is that? See, this is the position of B final. This is the final position of A. And this is initial position. This is initial position. Now tell me. This is the final position of A. Let's suppose this is 10 and let's suppose this is 15. So tell me, this is at 10 meters, this is at 15 meters. And initial position of both is same. Could you please tell me what is the displacement of this? What is the displacement of this? I would say displacement of A. Displacement of A is less than displacement of B. Displacement of B. Okay, because final position of A is here. Final position of B is here. Now in this particular case, can I say, my dear NEET aspirants, displacement of A is less displacement of B. So A lives closer to the school. Yes, sir. Option A is also clear. Array, the position time graph of two students, A and B, returning from the school of their, as shown in the figure. Two students are returning from their school. This is my dear NEET aspirants. This is at 10. This was at 15. So can I say in this particular case, guys, displacement of this is large. Displacement of this is large. Displacement of this is less. So I can say in this particular case, A is closer to B. Option A is also correct. Option E is also correct. Please tell me in the chats if this is clear. Oh, quick. We don't have much time. Please tell me in the chats, quick, if this is clear. Tell me. C says A takes lesser time to reach home. Does A take less time? This is the time of A. This is the time of B. Does A take lesser time or more time? More time. Not clear. Not correct. Okay. Are you getting me, my dear NEET aspirants, what I just said in this particular case? First, I would say this is alpha and this is beta. This is having more slope, this is having less slope. So velocity of this person B is greater than velocity of person A. So velocity of B is greater than velocity of A. That means B travels faster than A. And then, my dear NEET aspirants, how much A has to travel? This much A has to travel. This is at 10 meters and this is at, let's suppose, 15 meters. B has to travel more, 15 meters. A has to travel 10 meters. So I would say displacement of A is less than displacement of B. So A lives closer to the school. Is that clear? Okay. And when it comes to this A, somebody is saying, sir, how this can take less time? Bro, this is having more speed, na? Velocity of B is greater than velocity of A. So it can take less time. This is having more, I would say, less velocity because slope is less. Please do check this later. Velocity time graph. See, let's suppose the car is moving. After t is equal to 1 second, velocity of the car is 1 meter per second. After t is equal to 2 seconds, velocity of the car is 2. After t is equal to 3 seconds, velocity of the car is 3. After t is equal to 4 seconds, velocity of the car is 4. If I ask you to plot the same situation graphically, you'll be making it what? Velocity versus time graph. This will be the velocity time graph. Time 1, velocity 1. Time 2, velocity 2. Can you tell me slope? Sir, slope will be tan theta. And tan theta will be perpendicular by base. That is dv by dt. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what is rate of change of velocity with respect to time? That is acceleration. So, slope of velocity time graph gives you what? Acceleration. From now onwards, if somebody says, find the acceleration from VT graph, you'll find what? You'll find acceleration. You'll find acceleration. Area under velocity time graph. Take a look. Let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, this is Y versus X graph. If I say, could you please tell me how much is this area under the curve? This area. Always remember, we write area like this. Integration of whatever is on y-axis, write it here, multiplied by whatever is on the x-axis. So this will be area. Now, what is the area of, I would say, velocity versus time graph? Listen carefully. What is the area of velocity versus time graph? See, I would say area in this particular case will be integration of, like here, y, x, y dx. Here it will be v, and here it is going to be dt. Okay. Now take a look, guys. Take a look. We know that velocity is equal to dx by dt, ds by dt, differentiation of displacement with respect to time or position with respect to time. Now take it over here. So ds will be v dt, integration of v dt. Now integrate both sides, my dear NEET aspirants. Integration of ds. When you integrate small displacements, it will give you total displacement. Okay, integration means adding small displacements. Integration of v dt. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, this is equation first, this is equation second. Could you please tell me right hand side is equal. Now, left hand side. So, can I say from first and second, area of velocity time graph gives you what? That is displacement. So, from now onwards, if somebody has to find, boys and girls, from now onwards, if somebody has to find displacement from velocity time graph, he will be finding what? He'll be finding area. Please tell me in the chats if this is clear. Please tell me in the chats if this is clear. Tell me, guys, if this is crystalline clear. If this is crystalline clear, take a look at first question. You have JEE 2025. Question number 1, JEE 2025. Now, velocity versus time graph is given, boys and girls. Directly. Area under velocity time graph, this area gives the displacement. The velocity time graph is shown in the figure. What is the distance covered by the object from t is equal to 2 to t is equal to 4 seconds? From t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 4 means you have to find this much area. Can you tell me this area? Sir, this area will be displacement, sir, and this area will be, guys, what is the area of this triangle? 1 by 2 base into altitude, 1 by 2. How much is base over here? That is 2. How much is altitude over here? That is 10. Plus What is the area over here, my dear NEET aspirants? That is square. This is square. Length 4 minus 2. This is 2. Breadth is 10. So that is 2 into 10. So 2 and 2 will cancel. This is 10 plus 20. So it will be 30. So 30 meter is the displacement. 30 meter is the displacement. JEE 2025. Recent JEE 2025. The motion of an airplane is represented by velocity time graph as shown. The distance covered by the airplane in 30.5 seconds. It is asking distance, means it is asking what? It is asking what? Area. From where? In 30.5 seconds. Guys, this is 0. You have to find from here to here. This area. This much of area. Okay. Now tell me. First of all, you find this area. Area of this. How do you find area of this? 1 divided by 2. Base. Base is how much, guys? This is 2. Altitude. This altitude. If this is 200, this is 400. 400 minus 200 is 200. This is area of this. Okay, how much is the area of this portion? This is this area. Area of triangle. How much is this area? So, this is length is 2. And breadth. This is also 200. 2 into 200. So, can I say in this particular case, area will be 1 divided by 2 into 200 plus this 2 into 200 plus. Now guys, see, this is 2 seconds. Total is 30.5. So 30.5 minus 2 seconds, that is how much? 28.5. So I would say from here to here, how much is this length? 28.5. How much is this breadth? This is 28.5. And this breadth, this is 400. Now, plus you would say 28.5 into 400. Length into breadth. Now, find the answer. That is going to be this. Tell me, guys, is this clear? Okay. How much? 11,800, I guess. Is it 12,000? 12,000 meters. Okay. Please do check this from your end. Check this from your end. Next. JEE 2023. JEE 2023. Velocity time graph is given. Find the ratio of distance to displacement. Guys, see. Let me tell you the trick over here. Listen, if this is velocity versus time, let's suppose I would say this is 0 seconds, this is 4 seconds, this is 2 seconds. If, let's suppose this area is A1, this area is A2. If I say from this velocity time graph, find distance, always remember, distance will be area, this area plus this area, that is A1 plus A2. Upper area plus lower area, because distance can never be negative. When it comes to the displacement, my dear NEET aspirants, upper area you will be considering positive, lower area you will be considering negative, because displacement can be positive, negative as well as 0. So my dear NEET aspirants, so for displacement you will be doing A1 minus A2, for distance you will be doing A1 plus A2. This point is very important. Same concept you need to apply here. You have to find, this is 0 seconds, 25 seconds. If you consider this area, this as A1, this as A2. So when it comes to the distance, you simply say A1 plus A2. When it comes to the displacement, you say A1 minus A2. This area minus this area. Now this I am giving you the homework. Okay, once you find distance, once you find displacement, then you need to divide the two. You have to find the ratio. Tell me in the chats, is this clear? Tell me in the chats, is this clear? Quick. Tell me. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? Give me the signal in the chats, guys. Is this clear? JEE 2019 question. Okay, I'll show you. Midpoint potential. midpoint potential. Midpoint potential. Now, guys, take a look. When it comes to the midpoint potential, listen to me very carefully. I want you guys to give me 100. Very, very important. Very, very important. Even if you use midpoint potential, if you have not studied Kirchhoff's laws, still you can solve the questions using midpoint potential within seconds. See, let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, you have got over here 3 resistors. This is R1, this is R2, this is R3. And my dear NEET aspirants, let's suppose potential of this point is V1, potential of this end is V2, potential of this end is V3. And similarly, the same thing is applied in capacitors also. Let's suppose you have one capacitor, another capacitor, and you have one more capacitor. C1, C2, C3. Potential of this end is V1, potential of this end is V2, and potential of this end is V3. Can I say this point is the common point to all the 3 capacitors? This is one end of this capacitor, one end of this capacitor, one end of this capacitor. This another end. For this another end. For this is common. Now, if I ask you what is the potential of this midpoint, if I ask you what is the potential of this midpoint, this is the question. So in this particular case, in case of resistors, this midpoint potential will be, that is V1 divided by R1 plus V2 divided by R2 plus V3 divided by R3 upon 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. This one. V1 by R1, V2 by R2, V3 by R3. This potential by this resistance, this potential by this resistance, this potential by this resistance upon 1 by R1, 1 by R2, 1 by R3. Here, when I say midpoint potential, okay, C1 V1 plus C2 V2 plus C3 V3. Then we say upon C1 plus C2 plus C3. Guys, this is the capacitance of this multiplied by potential of this. Capacitance of this multiplied by potential of this. Capacitance of this multiplied by potential of this. Then C1 plus C2 plus C3. This is the midpoint potential here. This is the midpoint potential here. The approach I will be using, the approach that I'll be using here in solving these questions in resistors, same approach I use in capacitors. See, guys, this is a question which was asked in JEE Mains 2019. Amazing question. Amazing question. In this particular case, we are supposed to find the potential difference between A and B. This is point A and this is point B. First and the foremost thing, I would want you guys to redraw over here. Redraw. Guys, whenever the line is open, whenever this branch is open, current always flow in a loop. Current can never flow in this branch. Why? Because this is open. It is not connected to something else. Okay, current always flow in a closed loop. So if current does not flow these 2 branches, so you can remove these 2. You can make it like this. Guys, I'll be showing you over here. I'll be showing you over here. You can remove these 2. You can remove this. You can remove this. You can remove this. Yes, sir. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, now this becomes point A and this becomes point B. Now, listen to the approach that I'm going to show you over here. Whenever you have a question of this sort, do one thing. Assume the potential at a point 0. Let's assume we'll let potential at this point 0. Sir, will it create any difference in the circuit? It will not create any sort of difference in the circuit. Assume potential at this point 0. We have to find potential difference between A and B. Assume potential at this point 0. Now guys, see, one thing I must tell you in this particular case, listen. Let's suppose there's a battery. This battery has got potential difference delta V. This is the EMF, potential difference of the battery, 10 volts. Let's suppose this is point A and this is point B. This is what we call higher potential. This is what we call lower potential. So means this positive terminal, negative terminal, higher potential, lower potential. Point A is at higher potential. We always say this higher potential minus this lower potential will be equals to this potential difference delta V. Absolutely, sir. Let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, if I say you have a battery something like this, this is 20 volts and potential of this is given as 10 volts. Let's suppose A has got potential, VA has 10 volts. And what is the potential of B? They are asking you what is the potential of B. Now what will you do? VA minus VB, potential of A, higher minus lower, must be equal to this delta V, that is 20. Now, what is the value of this? This is 10 minus VB is equal to 20 volts. Take it over here, take it over there. So 10 minus this 20 will be equals to VB. So can I say in this particular case, VB will be 10 minus 20 is minus 10 volts. So potential of this comes out to be minus 10. Now, if you are assuming potential at this point 0, listen carefully. Guys, it is a straight wire till over here. Here also you can assume potential as 0. Sir, can you assume potential here also as 0? No. Why? Because battery is here. You cannot assume 0 here. And you can assume potential 0 at this point. Because it's wire only. It's wire only. When there is wire only, you can assume potential as 0. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, in this particular case, if this is 0, can you tell me what is the potential of this point? Guys. This is negative, this is positive. This is at lower potential, this is at higher potential. Let's make this battery here. 3 volt, 0 volt. What is the potential of this side? Higher potential minus lower potential. Let's suppose this VA. You'll say VA minus this lower potential 0 volt will be equals to 3. So VA will be equals to 3. This VA is equal to, here it is plus 3 volts. Now if this is 0, this is 2. What will be potential here? Plus 2 volts. If this is 0, this is 1 volt, what will be potential here? Plus 1 volt. Amazing, sir. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, listen to me very carefully. Can you redraw? Now redraw. See. This is a resistor first, a resistor second, a resistor third. How much is this? 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm. What is the potential of this? 1 volt. What is the potential of this? 2 volts. What is the potential of this? 3 volts. And you are supposed to tell me potential of VA. Guys, don't you think this VA is common to this? It is common to this, it is common to this. Now, can you apply common potential? Can you apply common potential? This is common. So that is V1 by R1, V2 by R2, V3 by R3, 1 by R1, 1 by R2, 1 by R3. Oh, this is so amazing, so amazing. This will help you to solve bigger questions. Now tell me, what is the potential of VA? That is V1 by R1, 1 divided by 1 plus V2 by R2, that is 2 divided by 1 plus V3 by R3, that is 3 divided by 1 upon 1 by R1, 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1. Arey, yes or no, bro? Yes or no, bro? Now tell me, 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 1 is 6 divided by 3 upon 3. So this will come out to be how much? That is 3. Oh, you understood this. So please tell me in the chats. I would want you guys to let me know in the chats quickly. Everyone means everyone. Everyone means everyone. Let me know in the chats if this is crystalline clear. Let me know in this if this is crystalline clear. Okay. So this is how much? 6 divided by 3. This will come out to be 2 volts. Is this clear? Is this clear? So you got the potential of this VA. Oh, I am saying in this particular case, See. You have to find the potential difference between A and B. Forget about potential difference. Please, forget about potential difference. Forget about potential difference. Directly do one thing. Assume potential of this as 0. So this was first branch, remove this. This branch, remove this. Why? Because current will not flow through open branches. Remove these two. Now this becomes A, this becomes B. Assume potential of point B as 0. My trick. Assume. If the potential of this point is 0, what is the potential of this point? 0, because it's a straight, this wire only. Wire only here 0. Now if this is 0, what will be potential here? This is 3 volts. Guys, higher minus lower is equal to this. So this will be 3. What is the potential here? 2. 2 minus 0 is equal to 2. This minus this must come out to be equal to this. 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. So this is 1. Now make this much of this circuit. I'm making this much. So first resistor, it's potential. Now this is the common end, common point to all the 3 resistors. Now can you find the potential of this common point? V1 by R1, V2 by R2, V3 by R3. Then 1 by R1, 1 by R2, 1 by R3. Solve this, will come out to be 2. Oh, clear now? Now, if you got the potential of this point, A as 2, I can say VA minus, can I write, VA is 2. I can write it like this, VA is equal to 2 volts. Now, can I say in this, if the branch is open, you need to remove that. In this particular case, can I write this VA minus 0 is equal to 2? It's one and the same thing. Now, 0 is the value of VB. You can write VA minus VB is equal to 2 volts. Tell me, is this clear? Tell me, is this clear? Oh, tell me in the chat, sir. Quick. Tell me in the chats if this is clear. And smash the like button. Quick, guys, smash the like button. Which formula will you use directly over here? Which formula will you use directly over here? Oh? Tell me. Either you need to use the laws over here, Kirchhoff's laws over here. This is the best method I can tell you. Now, take a look at this. J means 2019. See. We need to find the potential difference between A and B. Do one thing. Listen carefully. Reshuffle this. Guys. This resistor and this resistor. These two you can consider in series. Sir, this and this. This and this are in series, 100% series. Please. And my dear NEET aspirants, this and this, these 3 are in series. Now, when resistors are in series, you add the 2 resistances. This resistance plus this resistance. Here, what will you do? This resistance plus this resistance. Guys, if the circuit is like this, consider this and this in series. Consider this and this in series. Now, how can you make the circuit? Guys, this and this, you redraw. This middle branch as it is. This is 20 ohms. And this is 4 volts. And this resistor and this resistor you will be considering in series. Now, 10 plus 20 is 30. Because in series, we add the resistors, 10 plus 20. And then you have 4 volts. Now, this resistance and this resistance in series. Don't say, sir, this and this in series, please. Because here, this branch comes in between.
Here, no branch in between, so you can assume at series. If you cut it over here and you can make it a straight line, so it will be in series. So 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 ohms. Okay. Okay. So my dear NEET aspirants, this is 10 plus 10 is 20. This is 20 and 20 plus 10 is 30. Now in this particular case, and this is 2 volts. Now guys, this is point A. This is point B. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Assume 0 volt potential at B. Now if this is 0, this will be 0 volt. If this is 0, here also it will be 0 volt. If this is 0, this is 2. What is the potential of this point? Plus 2 volts. Because higher potential minus lower potential is this. If this is 0, what must be the potential of this point? This is 4. 4 minus 0 is 4 plus 4. If this is 0, this is 4. What is the potential of this point? Plus 4. Sir, how plus 4? See how. This is VA, this is VB, and this is 4 volts. How do you say? VA minus VB. VA minus VB is equal to 4 volts. VB is how much? 0. So VA will be equals to plus 4. Now redraw this once again. Please, please, please. This resistance, this resistance, this resistance. This is 2 volts. This is 4 volts. 2, 4, and this is plus 4 volts. This is 20 ohm resistance. This is 20 ohm resistance. This is 30 ohm resistance. And you are supposed to tell me what is the potential of this point VA. Now, can you tell me in this particular case, what is the value of VA? VA will be V1 by R1, that is 2 divided by 20 plus V2 by R2, that is 4 divided by 20 plus V3 by R3, that is 4 divided by 30, my dear NEET aspirants. Okay. Then, my dear NEET aspirants, 1 by R1, 1 divided by 20 plus 1 divided by 20 plus 1 divided by 30. Oh, yes or no? Solve this. This will come out to be 3.12 volts. Oh, is this clear? Is this clear? I hope this is crystalline clear. I hope this is crystalline clear. Guys, can you solve this question? Find I. Find I. If they ask you to find this current I here. See. You do one thing. Whenever you have to find the current will be delta V divided by R. Potential difference divided by resistance. Means the resistance you know here. Your resistance you know here. You have to find the potential difference across this resistor. Let me show you. See this. If I redraw it. So if I redraw this, my dear NEET aspirants, do one thing. Take this resistor here. Okay, take this resistor here. You can do that. There is no problem in that. So you can make it like this. This resistance, this battery. Because these two are in series, you can interchange their position. Okay, now in this one, this resistance and this one. And you have got this battery over here. Sir, what did I just do? You interchange the position of this and this. You can do that. No problem because they are in series. Now guys, this is how much? 10 volts. This is 20 volts. This is 5 ohms. This is 4 ohms. This is 8 volts. Now do one thing. Assume potential 0 at this point. Let. If this is 0, what will be here? 0 volts. What will be here? 0 volts. If this is 0 from lower side, this is higher. This will be how much? Plus 8. If this is 0, now take a look at this battery. This is 0 volt potential. This is 10 volt and you are supposed to tell me what is the potential of this. Guys. You always say higher because this is higher. Higher minus lower. That is 0 minus this. 0 volt minus. Let's suppose this is VA is equal to this 10 volts. Take it over here, take it over there. So VA will come out to be minus 10 volts. Potential of this is minus 10. It is not plus 10, minus 10. Why minus 10? Because this is at higher. This must be at lower. Okay. If this is 0, this is 20. What will be the potential of this? This is 20 volts. Now if this is 8, here also potential will be 8 volts. Here also potential will be plus 8 volts. Oh. Sir, amazingly done. Amazingly done. See. What did I just do? 0, 0, 0. If this is 0, this is 8, this is plus 8. If this is plus 8, this is plus 8, it's plus 8 because it's wire only. If this is 0, this is 0. If this is 0, this is 0. Now, if this is 0, here it would be minus 10. If this is 0, here it would be 20. Now, in which branch you want to find the current? You can find the current in any branch. See, they can ask you only two things. First, find potential of every point. Second point, current. Potential I have already told you. In this case also, how do you draw the potential of every point? What is the potential of A? That came out to be 3.12. Here 3.12, here 3.12, here 3.12. You can find current in this resistor. Sir, how? Let me show you first here. Find current in this 5 ohm resistor. This is plus 8 volt. This is plus 20 volt. And current will be delta V by R. Delta V. Arey, Ohm's law, bro. Potential difference by resistance. So potential difference is higher potential minus lower. So higher is 20 minus lower is 8 divided by resistance is 5. So that is 12 by 5. Sir, can you find current in this? Array, it is just 2-second question. So see, this is 4 ohm resistor. This is minus 10 volts. And what is the potential over here? 8 volts. So how do you find current? Current is delta V by R. Delta V means higher potential minus lower potential. That is 8 minus lower potential is minus 10. Divided by R. R is 4. So minus into minus is plus. That is 18 divided by 4. That is 9 by 2. Oh, tell me in the chats if this is clear. Quick. Tell me in the chats if this is clear. These are the tricks which you can use in bigger questions, advanced level questions. Tell me quickly, smash the like button if you are not liked the session yet. Come on, quick. Okay. Sir, done. Sir, can you find the current here? Array, yeah. This is 2 volts. Here it is 3.12 volts. How do you find current? Current is delta V by R. That is higher potential. 3.12 minus 2 volt divided by 3. One-liner, bro. I need the signal in the chats with the fire emojis. They can ask you nothing else. Just current and potential. Because these are the only two things that we are supposed to find out. First, find potential of every point. Then current will be delta V by R. Okay. Yes, sir. Now, let me tell you one more thing. This is higher potential. This is lower potential. Current always flow from higher potential to lower potential. So let's call this as I1. This is I2. This is the direction of I1. Oh. And this is higher potential. This is lower potential. This is the direction of I2. Oh. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, this is I1 coming. And here in this one case is I2 going. So this is higher. Because in this particular case, this is higher potential. So current will be coming from this side. So this will be I3. Now, can I say in this case, this I1 plus this I2 is basically meeting and it is making this I1 plus I3 will be equals to I2. Okay. So can I say in this particular case, this I1 plus I would say I3, this plus this, because current always come from higher potential. This is higher, this is lower, higher potential. So I can say it will come from this. This will be I3. This is I1. These two are meeting at this. So it will be equals to I2. Now if somebody says what is the current I3 in this branch? So I3 will be equals to I2 minus I1. What is the value of I2? 9 by 2. What is the value of I1? That is 12 by 5. So find this current and you will get the answer. What else do you want to find out in this question? What else? Nothing, bro. Series LCR circuit from very important. From chapter AC. 100% question will be from this. Okay. 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 I'll be taking all those. Don't worry about this. I know from which portion question will come out. Okay. Leave that on to me. Series LCR circuit. Guys, take a look. Let's suppose if I say this one, this is called resistor. And this is called battery. This is battery, 20 volt, 30 volt. And this is what we call DC source. DC source means it provides the direct current. It provides the direct current. It provides the direct current. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, if I say the same resistor, I am connecting with a source like this. This is called AC source. This AC source produces the alternating current. It sends alternating current, AC, and this is DC. DC flows only in one direction, from positive to negative. AC flows something like this also, something like this also. AC is a bidirectional current. DC is a unidirectional current. This is DC source. And my dear NEET aspirants, if I say this resistance is connected to this AC source, this is called pure resistive circuit. Pure resistive circuit. Okay. If I say, guys, this is what we call inductor. Like you have resistor, similarly we have inductor, L. So this L, if this is connected to an AC source, this is called pure inductive circuit. Inductive circuit. Like my dear NEET aspirants, you have resistor. Similarly, one more load is there. That is what we call what? Inductor. Inductor connected to AC source. This is pure inductive circuit. Then my dear NEET aspirants, if I say capacitor is connected to an AC source, this is what we call pure capacitive circuit. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, if I say inductor, capacitor, resistor, all three are connected in series in one circuit and is connected to AC source, this is what we call series LRC, LCR circuit, in which capacitor is present, in which resistor is present, in which inductor is present. That is what we call LCR circuit, or LRC circuit. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what I want you guys to understand in this particular case is, listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. One thing I want you to understand here. One thing I want you to understand over here. What is that? When it comes to this LCR circuit, listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. When it comes to the LCR circuit, please, if I say remember something over here directly, you guys are supposed to remember, okay? Because I won't be going in much depth right now because we don't have that much of time. We say this battery, this AC source is going to provide potential difference to this, to this, to this. It will provide potential difference to this as VL. It will give potential difference to this as VC, potential difference across capacitor, potential difference across resistor. This is what we call inductance of inductor. This is called capacitance of capacitor. This is called resistance of resistor. Now, guys, one thing I want you to I want you to understand. This inductor also has its own resistance that is called XL. Sir, does inductor also have resistance? Yes, that is called XL. This is called inductive reactance. And this capacitor also has its own resistance. This is capacitance. I'm talking about its resistance, that's XC. Now, guys, this XL is equal to omega L. Please do remember this directly. And this XC is equal to 1 upon omega C. These two I would want you guys to remember over here. This is the resistance of capacitor. This is the resistance of inductor. This is the resistance of resistor, R. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, if we make the phasor diagram over here, phasor diagram, please, whatever I say directly remember. In case of phasor diagram, we basically represent this voltage and current with the arrows. Okay. In phasor diagram, we represent this voltage and current with what? What? Arrows. Arrows. This arrows. So, my dear NEET aspirants, I would want you to remember one thing. Please, please, please fix it in your mind. We say voltage in case of resistance, voltage across resistance, this voltage which is supplied to resistance. We will be making this its arrow in the direction of, if I say direction of current is this. Okay, if I say I'm representing the current with this arrow. So make sure potential difference of the resistor will be along current only. I'll tell you the language that we use. We say voltage across resistance and current are in the same phase. Sir, do you want me to remember it as ratta over here? Yes. I'm telling you to remember. Voltage in case of resistance and current in the circuit. Voltage in case of resistance, we say current in the circuit. This VR and I are in the same phase. What does that mean? If I is in the upward direction, VR you are supposed to make in the upward direction only. If I is in the forward direction, VR you are supposed to make in the forward direction only. And this VL, potential difference across inductor, it leads by pi by 2. Lead means it is in the anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise means lead, clockwise means lag. Potential difference across capacitor lags current by pi by 2. Remember these points. In case of LCR circuit, voltage across resistance, voltage of resistance and current are in the same phase, in the same direction. This potential difference of inductor leads by pi by 2. This lags by pi by 2. It is behind pi by 2. This is called a phasor diagram. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, from this phasor diagram, we'll be making the impedance diagram. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. See, now let's make the impedance diagram. Impedance diagram. See, guys, can I write this VR? What is the potential difference of a resistor? V is equal to I into R. We can write this as I into R, current into resistance. Okay, this is already I over here in this direction. And this. Use Ohm's law here also. Voltage of inductor is current into resistance of inductor. What is the resistance of inductor? That is XL. What is the resistance of capacitor? That is XC. So I can write this is I into XL. This I can write I into XC. Now this I and this I will be cancelled. So impedance diagram comes out to be something like this. This will be XC, this will be XL, this will be R, and this is I. Now in case of impedance diagram, my dear NEET aspirants, we show currents only. We show currents only. Okay? We show currents only. We show currents only. Or are you getting me? Oh? Sorry, we show resistances only, not currents, resistances only. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, listen. Let's suppose if I say, if XL is greater than XC, if the value of inductive reactance, if this inductive reactance, resistance of inductor is greater than XC, then we say net across this will be XL minus XC, this factor minus this factor. You can understand it like this also. Then it is going to be XL minus XC. This will be resistance R. Now their net resistance will be along this. This is what we call impedance. Now this impedance is the resistance of LCR. And how do you find, guys? This factor, this factor. How do you find the resistance? How do you find the net resistance? That will be under root of XL minus XC whole square plus I would say R square. Plus I would say R square. Then my dear NEET aspirants, we say if XC is greater than XL. If I say this capacitive reactance is greater than XL, in that case we say the net diagram, the diagram would be something like this. this would be Z. Okay, and this angle in this case is phi, by the way. Okay, so this would be Z, and this, my dear NEET aspirants, would be what? This would be R, this would be XC minus XL. What is the value of Z impedance over here? Under root of this square plus this square. That is XC minus XL whole square plus, I would say, R square. And what is this Z? Z is what we call impedance. Impedance of LCR. Means net resistance of LCR. And my dear NEET aspirants, here this is phi. If somebody says this phi, listen carefully. This phi, if I write cos phi, this cos phi means power factor. Because in a lot of questions they have asked this cos factor. This power factor. Power factor means cos phi. And what is the value of cos? That is base upon hypotenuse. Base is R, hypotenuse is Z. R by Z. Power factor is R by Z. Okay. One more important thing. Guys, listen carefully. I have taught you everything, huh? The entire LCR. See, this is RF. This is RF. See. Resistance and frequency. This is frequency. Does the resistance and frequency have any relation? No, it does not depend upon the frequency, so same. Resistance does not depend upon the frequency, same. Sir, it does in case of inductor. We say XL. XL, we say omega into L. This is angular frequency. And this is inductance. So we say omega is basically 2 pi into F. Omega is also equal to 2 pi F into L. Now, what is the relation between in capacitor to inductive reactance and F? Direct relation, so graph would be straight line. Now we say XC is equal to 1 upon omega C. So we say this capacitive reactance will be 1 upon omega is 2 pi into F into C. What is the relation between this XC and F? It is inversely proportional to F. So graph will be a rectangular hyper. Inverse relation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the question of JEE 2023. This is the graph between impedance and frequency. Now tell me, this curve and this curve is for which one? Tell me, guys. This curve is for pure capacitor. This curve is for pure inductor. Okay, so can I say in this particular case, this A graph represents what? XL. This graph represents what? XC. So A is equal to XL. A is equal to XL. Okay, A is equal to XL. B is equal to XC. No. This is XC and this is XL. A is equal to XC. A is equal to XC. B is equal to XL. Option C. Tell me, is this clear? Is this clear? Is this question clear? Is this question clear, boys and girls? Is this question clear? Tell me. Kuiko. Give me the signal in the chat, sir, quick. Question JEE 2026 in the recent attempt, 2 months back, this question was asked. Okay. Now this is an LCR circuit, LCR. Shown in the figure, okay, this voltage of AC source is 220 volts as shown in the figure. The power factor it is asking. Cos phi, that means R divided by Z. First of all, let's find R. How do you find R? XL, XC, and this is R. Now, first off, we have to find Z, not R. R is given. Now, tell me, guys, is XC greater than XL or XL greater than XC? XC is greater than XL. If XC is greater than XL, If XC is greater than XL, diagram would be this. So diagram would be this, boys and girls. This is R. This will be XC minus XL. And this will be the impedance Z. And this would be phi. Now tell me what is the value of Z? Under root of this square. That is XL minus XC whole square. Sorry, XC minus XL whole square plus R square. Or are you getting me what I'm trying to say in this particular case? Tell me quickly in the chats, everybody out there. Tell me. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, this is going to be under root of XC minus XL. That is, XC is 150. This XL is 70. 150 minus 70 is 80. This is 80 square. Plus R. R is given us how much? That is 60 square. Now, when you solve this, my dear NEET aspirants, it will come out to be 100 ohms. Now, Z is 100. R is 60. What is the value of cos phi? Cos phi is given as R by Z. R divided by Z. So cos phi I can write over here R. What is the value of R? That is 60. And Z is 100 divided by 100. 006 divided by 10. Cos phi, boys and girls. So they are saying that the power factor is given as A divided alpha by 10. So instead of this, I can write alpha divided by 10 is equal to 6 divided by 10. 10 and 10 will cancel. So alpha will come out to be 6. So value of alpha is 6. Clear? Oh? Clear? JEE 2024. JEE 2024. In an LCR circuit, to an AC signal, alternating voltage is given as 200 volts. If the voltage across the inductor is 31 point this. Okay, let me make it. This is an AC source. This is inductor. This is capacitor. This is resistor. It says potential difference across inductor. That is given as how much? 31.4 volts. And what is the alternating voltage of the AC source? That is 200 volts. So means from this 200, it is giving 31.4 to this inductor. To capacitor, it may be given something else. To resistor, it will give something else. And this will be over here 10 millihenry. Inductance of this. The current in the circuit is, we are supposed to find current. Guys, listen. Whatever is the current here, same will be here, same will be here. Why? Because in series combination, current is always same. In series combination, current is always same. Whatever current flows from here, in all this, we say resistor, capacitor, inductor, current will be same. Now, how do you find current over here? Current is potential difference divided by resistance. Now, guys, what is the resistance over here? That is XL. So resistance will be XL. What is the voltage over here? That is VL. Array, bro, if you have to find the current and where? In resistance, you will be saying I is equal to V by R. But here you will be saying VL by XL. Now, VL you know, 31.4. XL you don't know. How to find XL? That is omega into L. How to find omega? That is 2 pi into F into L. Now 2 pi is 3.14. F, frequency. Frequency is 50 hertz. Okay, L is 10 millihenry. So this is 10 into 10 raised power minus 3. Because milli, if you want to convert, millihenry to hundred is 10 raised power minus 3. So 2 into 50 is 100. 100 into 10 is 1000. So it will be 1000 means 10 raised power 3 into 3.14 into 10 raised power minus 3. 10 raised power minus 3, 10 raised power plus 3, 3.14 ohms. This is XL. Now current will be V. V is how much? 31.4 divided by 3.14. 10 ampere. Not milliampere, ampere. Because we have already converted. JEE 2022. Now guys, take a look. Take a look. In a series LR circuit. Oh, sir, what is this LR now? What is this LR now? See, LCR means in which capacitor is present, inductor is present, resistor is present. When it comes to LR means in which you have inductor and in which you have resistor connected to AC source. This is L and this is R. This is LR circuit. And this is LCR. L, C, R. Now, if you have to find the impedance here, how do you find impedance here? Already I have told you. Sir, that is XL minus XC ka whole square plus R square. Impedance means resistance of inductor. Sorry, resistance of this entire LCR. Sir, what is resistance of this inductor? L, XC, and this is R. And for the entire circuit, what is the resistance Z? Sir, in this case, what is the impedance? Impedance of LR circuit will be, that is XL square plus R square. Please directly remember it here. This is the impedance in case of LR. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what does the question say? Take a look at this question. Take a look at this question. In an LR circuit, it says XL is equal to R. LR circuit. Guys, in LR circuit, okay, it says XL is equal to R. Could you please tell me what will be impedance? That will be under root of XL square plus R square. So that is R square plus R square, 2R square. Square and root will cancel, so Z will come out to be a root 2R. Okay. Power factor of the circuit is P1. It says its power factor is P1. How do you find power factor? That is cos phi. Cos phi means R divided by Z. And this is R. What is the value of Z? That is root 2R. This and this will cancel, so 1 divided by root 2. This is the power factor over here. Let's consider P1. Then, my dear NEET aspirants, further it says, when capacitor and with capacitance C such that XL is equal to XC is put in series, then it says, guys, in this LR circuit, or in, it says basically, when capacitor with capacitance C is connected in series, guys, inductor and resistor, this is, let's make this circuit. Okay, this is the circuit, L and this is R. So its power factor came out to be 1 by root 2. Then it says, if you make this LCR, make it LCR. Make it LCR. So if you want to make this as LCR, if you want to create an LCR circuit over here, you need to connect the capacitor in series. That is what it is saying. So it will become like this, L, C, and R. Now, in this particular case, what is impedance? Under root of. Guys. It says, if LCR is connected in series such that this XL becomes equal to XC. So you will be saying, sir, XL minus XL whole square plus R square. This term would become 0. In this case, impedance would be equal to R square whole root. Square root will cancel, it will come out to be R. Now in this case, power factor P2 will be cos phi. That will be R by Z. So this will be R divided by R. This and this will cancel. So power factor is 1. Now it says the ratio of P1 by P2. Guys, simple. When you have LR circuit, in that case, it is asking for the power factor. And condition is given, XL is equal to R. And when you connect this capacitor in series, then XL is equal to XC. In that particular case, it says power factor cos phi. That will be R divided by Z. Okay. Okay, so Z will be equals to R. So R by R, it will be 1. Now P1 divided by P2 will come out to be, what is this? 1 divided by root 2 upon 1. So what is this? 1 divided by root 2. Tell me, is this clear? Or ladies and gentlemen, is this clear? Please give me the signal in the chats. Everybody out there. Quick, and smash the like button. No, quick. If you have not liked this session yet, like it as soon as possible. Oh, why do you need to block some guys? Some people need to have fun also, na? Everyone cannot become the doctor, na? There has to be patience also, bro. Okay. So patients need to be there in the world. These are the patients. So chill, take a chill pill. Some, somebody is saying, sir, please remove nibba nibbis. Nibba nibbis are also important. Mhm. Let them be in the chats. Okay. Let them be the patients because everybody cannot be a doctor. Okay. Okay. Crazy. Okay. One topic very important. That is transformer. Transformer. Listen to me very carefully. Very important, boys and girls. Very important. Listen to me. I would want you guys to focus over here. Let's finish the transformer in next 5 minutes. Guys, see, what is transformer? Sir, transformer we use at home. Let's suppose you have a television. So do you connect the power supply of the television or do you connect the power supply direct to the television? No, sir. There is a transformer in between. Why? The supply which comes from the outside, sometimes it may be large. What is the voltage at which the transformer works? That is 220 volts. Sir, if you send more than 220 volts to the television, it will burn the television. Sir, if you send less than 220 volt, it will not work. So how much is the requirement so that the television works? 220 volts. Okay. Now, if sometimes the voltage coming from the outside, this alternating voltage, it is large. And you are connecting directly to this television, so it is going to burn the television. So that's the reason you connect the transformer, stabilizer, which stabilizes the voltage. If the voltage coming from the outside is large, it will decrease it. It will step it down. It will make it 220. And then it will send 220 volts. If the voltage coming from the outside is less, 160 volts only, 170 volts only, it is going to step that up. It is going to make it 224 from 160 and then it will send to the transformer. Then it will send to the television and it will work. So transformer is used to basically stabilize the voltage. If the voltage is less, it will step that up. If the voltage is more, it will step that down. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what I want you guys to understand over here is, let's make this transformer. Transformer is actually, it looks something like this. This is what we call soft iron core. I'll tell you what is the use of this. And there is a wire which is wound on the side. This is what we call primary winding. And there is a wire which is wound on this side. This is what we call secondary winding. This secondary winding sends out the output voltage. It gives the output voltage. And this primary winding basically takes in the input voltage, the voltage which comes from the outside. It goes into the primary winding. This is primary winding. Okay, and this number of turns in the primary winding is NP. Number of turns in the secondary winding is NS. How many number of turns are there? And current in the primary winding is IP. And current in the secondary winding is IS. Now listen to me very carefully. Basically, the current from the outer side enters the primary winding. Then it is shifted to the secondary winding due to the soft iron core. So basically, my dear NEET aspirants, this transformer, okay, if somebody says, sir, what is the value of this output voltage? Guys, if the input voltage is less, it is going to step that up. If the input voltage is more, it is going to step that down. Output voltage in this particular case will be, guys, that is input voltage into number of turns in secondary upon number of turns in primary. This is what we call the output voltage. Even my dear NEET aspirants, we also define in this particular case, this is output voltage over here, that is flux in the secondary coil will be equals to flux in the primary coil, flux in the secondary coil, because when you send the current over here, that is going to create the flux. That flux will be transferred to this. So flux in the secondary coil is equal to flux in the primary coil into number of turns in secondary into number of turns in primary. You can directly remember this. If they ask you the question in the flux, directly remember, please. Important is this. Hardly they'll ask the question from this. This is important. This is the output voltage created by the transformer. This is the input voltage. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. We say, in case of step-up transformer, let's suppose input voltage is 50. Number of turns is 2 times the number of secondary coil. Okay, let me just write it over here. Let's suppose the input voltage I am keeping as 50 volts. Number of turns in secondary I am keeping as 100 volts. 100. And number of turns in the primary coil I can keep as 50. So what will be the output voltage? Output voltage in this case will be input voltage, that is 50. Number of turns in secondary is 100. Number of turns in primary is 50. This and this will cancel, so output is. So basically input voltage is 50 only. Output voltage is 100. Sir, how? When you kept number of turns in the secondary greater than number of turns in the primary. So if number of turns in secondary is greater than number of turns in primary, then my dear NEET aspirants, in that case, we step up the voltage. So voltage in that case increases. This is called a step-up transformer. Step-down transformer, this step up. Step up. We say step down. When it comes to the step-down transformer, my dear NEET aspirants, we say, let's suppose input voltage is 100. And number of turns in secondary coil I am keeping as 50. And number of turns in primary coil I am keeping as 100. So can you tell me what will be the output voltage in this particular case? You'll be saying, sir, input voltage is 100 into number of turns in secondary is 50 divided by number of turns in primary is 100. This and this will cancel. So output in this case will be 50. So when is this possible? When you have to decrease the, how does it actually happen? When the number of turns in primary coil is less than number of turns in primary coil is greater than number of turns in secondary coil. This is called a step down transform. Okay. Yes. Also, we define efficiency of the transformer. Efficiency of the transformer. Efficiency of the transformer is simply neta. And this efficiency means output power divided by input power. This is how we define the efficiency of a transformer. Output divided by input. Output divided by input. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, say, take it over here. We can say this output power will be also equal to neta times of input power. Output power is also equal to neta times of input power. Now, let's suppose if I say, for an ideal transformer means, my dear NEET aspirants, which has got 100% efficiency. Neta is 100%. 100% efficiency means whatever the power you give to it, the same amount of power it is going to give you as output. No loss. Power loss will be zero. Loss in this case is zero. If I say efficiency is 80%, means whatever input you are giving, it is only providing you 80% of that input. That is called efficiency. Whatever power you are supplying, if it is giving 70% only, that means efficiency is 70%. If I say efficiency is 100%, that means in that particular case, power loss is zero. In that case, power loss is zero. So we say in that particular case, my dear NEET aspirants, we say NEETA is 100%. 100 you can write, 100% you can write as 100 by 100. 20% you can write as 20 by 100. It will be equals to power input. This and this will cancel. So I can write output power will be equals to input power. Output power will be equals to input power. Okay, so when is this possible? Output power is equal to input power. When NEETA is equal to 100%. Okay. One more important relation I want to develop over here. Guys. We say as power output, if I say it is equal to power input. Power is voltage into current. What is the formula of power? Voltage into current. Voltage out versus into power out. Power input versus voltage input into current input. So can I say over here power voltage output divided by voltage input? It will be current input. Take it over here divided by current output. Consider first. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, listen to me very carefully. We say as voltage output, voltage in secondary is equal to voltage input into number of turns in secondary upon number of turns in primary. Take it over here. V out divided by V in will be equals to number of turns in secondary upon number of turns in primary. This is second. Now take a look at first and second. From first and second, my dear NEET aspirants, can I say, guys, here right hand side, left hand side equal. So right hand side, this I input divided by I output, it will be equals to number of turns in secondary upon number of turns in primary. This relation also, sometimes questions have been asked from this relation also. That's why I have shown you this question also. Question in JEE 2024. Primary coil of the, this is the primary coil, this is the secondary coil. Primary coil of the transformer is connected to 220 volts. So means input voltage is 220. Primary coil, primary and secondary turns of the transformer are 110. Number of turns in primary is 100. Number of turns in secondary is 10. Secondary coil of the transformer is connected to the series of two resistors. The output, output voltage is input voltage, number of turns in secondary into upon number of turns in primary. Input voltage is how much? 220. Number of turns in secondary is how much? 100 divided by, I would say 10. This and this will cancel. Number of turns in secondary is 10 and this will be 100. 0, 0, 0, 0. That is output voltage came out to be 22 volts. JEE 2024. Primary side of the transformer is connected to 230 volts. So V input is given as 230 volts. Turn ratio of primary to secondary winding. Number of turns upon primary divided by secondary, it is 10:1. Load resistance connected to the secondary side is 46 ohms. Okay. The power consumed in it is, see guys, it is like this. It is like this. It is like this. This is the primary coil. This is the secondary coil. Okay. And this secondary coil provides some output power, V output, and there is basically a resistance connected to this output, and resistance is 46 ohms. It's like this, see? So you are giving 230 volt input supply, it is providing you the output supply. Now this output supply is connected to the resistance. You can make it like this also. You can make it like this also. Okay. Resistance is connected to a battery. You can understand it like this also. So my dear NEET aspirants, listen carefully. So this voltage is connected to resistance. You are supposed to say how much power this will consume. Sir, this will consume power as power is equal to V square by R. Guys. Power has three formulas in current electricity. P is equal to V into I in terms of voltage and current. P is equal to I square into R in terms of current and resistance. P is equal to V square divided by R in terms of voltage and resistance. If I say how much power this is going to consume, that is how much voltage it will take. How much voltage? This output voltage, because this output voltage is sent to this only. Okay, because when you connect the television to the transformer, so the output sent by the transformer goes into the television. This is television. So how much power it will consume? V square by R. Are you able to understand this? Oh, I'm teaching you from basics. Now tell me in this case, power, okay. Output voltage we don't know. Let's find output voltage. That is input voltage 230 into number of turns in secondary. V output is how much? V input, number of turns in secondary upon number of turns in primary, means reciprocal of this, that is 1 divided by 10. This and this will cancel, so it will be 23 volts. Now power will be 23 square. This would be output voltage given to this divided by resistances 46. What is the answer to this? What is the answer to this? 11.5, I guess. I hope you are clear with this question, guys. So this is 220 volt input voltage we are giving. It is providing the output voltage. Then this output voltage goes into the resistance. How much will be the power consumption here? That is V square by R. Tell me, oh, is this clear? Please. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me, is this clear? Is this question clear? Smash the like button. I would want you guys to smash it quickly, as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. Okay, there is a question over here. A 220 volt input is supplied to a transformer. Input voltage is given as 220 volts. This is a good question. The output circuit draws a current of 2 ampere. Output current 2 ampere. At 440 volts means output voltage is given as 440. If the efficiency of the transformer, efficiency is 80%, neta is 80%, 80 by 100. The current drawn by the primary windings, it is asking the current drawn by the primary windings. Tell me, guys, can I use the formula over here? Guys, neta is equal to output power divided by input power. This, because neta is given. So can I say over here output power will be neta times of input power? Output power is voltage output into current output. Okay, into neta times of output. What is neta? That is 80%. 80% means 80 by 100. Into input power. That is V in into current in. Now tell me, output voltage. Output voltage is how much? 440. Okay. Output current, that is 2 amperes, is equal to 80 divided by 100 into input voltage is 220 into input current. Now 221s are, 222s are. 2 into 2 is 4. So 4 ones are, 4 twos are 8, 4 zeros are. Now this 0 and this 0 will cancel. Take this 10 over here. This will be 10 divided by this 2 will be equals to I input. So 10 by 2 is 5. So input current is 5 ampere. Just one liner if you know the concept. Just one liner if you know the concept, boys and girls. Okay. This question, important. See, a step-up transformer operates at 230 volt line and supplies a load of 2 ampere. A step-up transformer operates at 230 volt. Means this is input voltage. And supplies a load of 2 ampere. It sends the current of 2 ampere. This is output current. Output is given as 2 ampere. The ratio of primary to secondary windings, number of turns in primary divided by number of turns in secondary, is 1:25. Determine the primary current. It is asking for the primary current. Already I told you the relation. I have derived the relation over here. Current input by current output is equal to number of turns divided in primary to secondary. Current input divided by current output is equal to number of turns in secondary divided by number of turns in primary. Input current you need to find out. Output current is 2. Number of turns secondary upon primary. That is, this is primary upon secondary. 1 by 25. This will be 25:1. So this multiply over here. Current input will be 2 into 25. That is 50 ampere. Oh, tell me, oh, ladies and gentlemen, is this clear? Is this clear? Do you want me to show how many questions have been asked from the projectile motion portion? See, JEE 2026, JEE 2025, JEE 2026, JEE 2014, JEE 2025, JEE 2024, JEE 2023, JEE 2024, NEET 2023, NEET 2023. This is also the previous year question. Okay. This one, JEE 2025, JEE 2025, JEE 2024, JEE 2024. Okay, let me finish this much. It will take us 15 to 20 minutes in solving the entire. Okay. Very important projectile motion. You can expect 1 to 2 questions. 1 to 2 questions. Take a look, guys. Are you ready? Tell me quickly in the chats. Are you ready? Quickly, guys. Okay. Take a look. Projectile motion. Guys, smash the like button. If you have not liked the session yet, I would want you guys to smash the like button. Whatever I tell you, I'll be short and precise, but I will be telling you each and every single thing over here. I'll not leave anything, but very short and precise. Projectile motion means if you have launched an object, let's suppose this is an object, you have launched an object something like this. You're throwing an object in air, it follows this path. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, let's suppose you are launching it with a velocity u. Okay. And at an angle theta. Always remember this component is going to be u cos theta. If this is theta made with this axis, then this will be u cos theta. This is the horizontal component of initial velocity. We also call it ux. Horizontal component of initial velocity. This one is what we call uy. That is u sin theta. It is vertical component of initial velocity. Yes, sir. Now, one thing I want you to understand. When it reaches the top, at topmost point, my dear NEET aspirants, its vertical velocity Vy becomes 0 and horizontal velocity Vx. This horizontal velocity throughout the projectile motion remains the same. Whatever is here, it is same. That is u cos theta. Even at this point also, it will be same u cos theta. Horizontal component of projectile motion, horizontal component of velocity in projectile motion remains the same. Okay, this is what we call the maximum height, how high it can go. Sir, from here to here, how far it can go, this is what we call range. How far it can go, this maximum height. And how much time it is going to take from here to here, that is called time of flight. These are the things that they can ask us. Time of flight, maximum height, and range. Or they can ask velocity at any point. What is the velocity of the projectile at this point? Since this is initial velocity, what is the velocity at any point? Take a look. First, velocity at any point. Let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, boys and girls, if you have launched a projectile with velocity u, at this point it has got velocity v. What is the value of this velocity v? At an angle theta. Guys, if this is u, this component will be what? U cos theta. And this component will be what? U sin theta. Guys, if I say what is the value of this velocity at this point, at any point after time t, this will be the velocity. U cos theta into I cap plus U sin theta minus GT into J cap after time t. This is time t from here to here. Okay, G is acceleration due to gravity. Value of G we always consider as 10 meter per second square. This is velocity at any point. Okay, if somebody says how much angle, let's suppose it is making the angle alpha with the horizontal over here. What is the value of tan alpha? U sin theta minus GT divided by U cos theta. Directly, please, directly remember. Next, time of flight. How much time this projectile is going to take from here to here, that is called the time of flight. So time of flight will be 2u sin theta by g. U sin theta means what? U sin theta is what? U sin theta, boys and girls, I told you recently, U sin theta means, where does it go? U sin theta means uy. U cos theta means ux. So you can write it over here. That is 2uy by g also. Okay, if somebody says what is the time of ascent, how much time it is going to take from here to here. So this is time upward. It is going to be u divided by uy by g. Or you write it like this. Time of ascent or time upward, it is going to be u sin theta by g. Okay, time downward, how many? This is time up, this is time down. How much time it is going to take in coming down? U sin theta by g. Upward time, downward time. Total is 2u sin theta by g. Okay, this is upward. Okay, it's mentioned over here. Okay, speed at the highest point. At highest point, maximum velocity. What is the velocity? X component, that is 0. And Y component of the velocity, sorry, X component is u cos theta. Y component will be 0. Next, maximum height. What can be the maximum height of this projectile? H max. So H max will be u square sin square theta by 2g, or u sin theta means uy, so uy square by 2g. Range, how far it can go, this range has three formulas. 2u square sin theta cos theta by g, or u square sin of 2 theta by g. Or you can say range is equal to ux uy divided by g. These are the three questions. These you can remember this range. That's it. Complete, done and dusted projectile motion, nothing else. Now see the shelling of the questions. See the shelling of the questions. JEE 2026. JEE 2026. A projectile is thrown at an angle of 60 degrees. Okay. There is a projectile which we have launched at an angle of 60 degrees. This is the projectile which we have launched at an angle of 60 degrees. Okay. With the horizontal. The speed is with, okay. The speed of the projectile is 20 meter per second when it is making 45 degree with the horizontal. See guys, I'll make it over here. You have launched a projectile at an angle of, I would say 60 degrees. Theta is equal to 60 degrees. It says when the projectile makes 45 degree, this is 45 degrees with the horizontal. Okay, with the horizontal. Its speed at that point is how much? 20. This is 20. So if this is 20, can I say this will be 20 cos of 45? Arey, yes sir, obviously sir. This is the horizontal component. Now, if this is u, this component will be what? U cos of 60. Now, tell me, did I tell you already? Did I tell you already that horizontal component of the projectile motion remains the same? Yes. So, the horizontal component of velocity. So, can I say here, can I say this u cos of 60 has to be equal to what? That is 20 cos of 45. The initial speed of the projectile, u it is asking. A horizontal speed remains the same. Na? Here, at every point. So can I say u cos 60 is 1 by 2 is equal to 20. Cos 45 is 1 divided by root 2. So though either, so u will be 40 divided by root 2. Now multiply with root 2 and divide with root 2. Root 2 into root 2 becomes 2. So root 2 into root 2 becomes 2. So 40 divided by 2 into root 2. So 2 ones are 2, 20s are, so 20 root 2. Question of JEE 2025. JEE 2025. An object of mass m is projected from the origin in a vertical x-axis at an angle of 45 degree with the initial velocity v0. The magnitude and direction of the angular momentum. The magnitude and direction of the angular momentum. Okay. With respect to the origin when it reaches the maximum height. Oh, important question. There is a projectile. There is a projectile. You have launched this projectile. Okay. You have launched this projectile with an initial velocity, let's suppose u, at an angle theta, at an angle 45. This is 45. Okay. It says when it reaches the top, at topmost point, guys, what will be its velocity? Understand this very carefully. Guys, if this is, what is the velocity with which you have launched? Initial velocity is v0. So this will be how much? This will be how much? This will be v0 cos 45. Now at topmost point, we know that vertical component of the velocity is 0. Horizontal component will be v0 cos 45. Okay, cos 40, we can write v0 cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So v0 divided by root 2. So here it is going to be v0 divided by root 2. So I'll write over here v0 divided by root 2. And mass is m. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, whenever we talk about angular momentum, please listen. Angular momentum. Let's suppose there is a mass over here. It has velocity v. With respect to this point, origin. Okay, this is the radius r. This angle is over here theta. This angle is, we say, theta. So can I say in this particular case, this r will have two components. This component will be r cos theta and this component will be r sin theta. Guys, whenever you have to write the angular momentum is, that is m mass into velocity into, you need to take that component of radius which is perpendicular to velocity. Sir, r cos is parallel to velocity. So we'll be taking r sin theta. Okay, so basically it is L is equal to mvr perpendicular. Directly remember this. Consider that component of angular momentum which is perpendicular to the velocity. Consider that component of radius which is perpendicular to the velocity. Now tell me, my dear NEET aspirants, can I say with respect to the origin, this would be the radius r? Now this r will have two components. Please listen carefully. This r will have two components. This one and this one. Now this component of r, this is r perpendicular. I guess in projectile motion it is h maximum. Oh. So here I would say r perpendicular is h max. And what is the value of h max? That is u square sine square of 45. Here it is 45 divided by, and I would write v0 square divided by 2g. This is the value of h max na. Oh, illiterate people, tell me, what is the value of h max? What is the value of h max? Tell me quickly. I forgot, myself. H max u square sine square theta by 2g. Tell me, tell me, otherwise I'll slap you here only. Okay. So this is H max. And this is R perpendicular. Now tell me what is the angular momentum? That is mvr perpendicular. So angular momentum is mass. Now what is the velocity of this mass at this point? This is 0, only this much velocity. That is v naught. This is root 2, not root m. Divided by root 2. Then R perpendicular, my dear NEET aspirants, R perpendicular. R perpendicular is, that is v naught square sine square of 45. Sine square of 45 divided by 2g. So L will be equals to m v naught divided by root 2. Okay, v naught square into v naught is v naught cube. Sine square of 45. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Its square is 1 by 2. 1 divided by 2. And already there is 2g. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 root 2. So it will be m v naught cube divided by 4 root 2g. M v naught cube divided by 4 root 2g. Okay. M v naught cube 4 root 2g. 2 root 2g, 2 root 2g. Okay. Now guys, either this can be the option or this can be the option. Now you have to find the direction. Listen to me very carefully. My dear NEET aspirants, when it comes to the direction, listen. We say it is MVR. So when it comes to this MVR, we write it like this also. L is equal to, angular momentum is also equal to, we can write M, VR sine theta, or you can write RV sine theta in this particular case. Okay. Or you can write angular momentum as moment of momentum, R cross P. This is also the formula of angular momentum, R cross P. Now, this is the momentum. This is the momentum of this. And in this particular case, this is R. This is R. Let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, this is R and this is P. This is the momentum of an object. This is P. Now, in this particular case, you can say R cross P. Okay. How do you find the direction of R cross P, my dear NEET aspirants? This is R to P you are moving. In this particular case, if you move from R to P, so that will be inward. This is R. Okay, or you can extend, you can do it like this. You can do it like this. Extend this R in this particular case. So from, sorry, I made the mistake. R is this is R cross P, this will be outwards. Guys. Formula of angular momentum is this also, R cross P. Okay, R cross P. Or you can write it like this also. L is equal to, take this M common here, you can say R cross V also. R cross V also. This is also the formula of angular momentum. Okay, please. In this particular case, let's suppose an object is moving. This is the object. Okay. And in this particular case, this is the velocity of an object. Okay, with respect to this point, this is R. If you extend this R, this will be R. This is V. Now, how do you find the direction of cross product? So R cross P, curl your fingers from R to V. Thumb is outward. So angular momentum is outward over here. Outward means dot along Z direction. Now come in the question. Oh, this is a good question, no? Solid question. Now come in the question. In this particular case, my dear NEET aspirants, what I want you to understand over here is, this is R, and this is V. Extend this R over here, and this is V. Now go from R to V, Curl your fingers from R to V. Thumb is pointing inwards. Inward means negative Z axis. Is this clear? Please tell me in the chats. Is this clear? Please tell me in the chats. Tell me, oh. Okay. Is this clear? Oh, okay. Direction is this R to V. So that is outward, Z axis. Positive Z axis. Here. Oh, clear. Oh, tell me quick. This is the direction of cross product. Okay, take a look at this. JEE 2026. A boy throws a ball into air from the horizontal to land on the rooftop of height h. There is a boy. Okay. So a boy basically throws a ball in air. This is a rooftop. So he throws the ball into air. Okay. Of building, this has got height h. This is h. If the ball attains the maximum height in 2 seconds, in 2 seconds, means time upward is 2 seconds. How much time it is taking till reach the maximum height? That is time upward. Okay. And lands on the building in 3 seconds. The value of h is, we are supposed to find h. Guys, see, listen carefully. If time upward is given as 2 seconds, what will be the value of time upward? That is u sine of theta divided by g. So this is given as 2. U we are supposed to find out. Sine of 45, because it says it is sending the ball at an angle of 45. Divided by g is 10. So take it over here. This will be 20 is equal to u. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Take it over there. U will be equals to 20 into root 2. Now, when you get the value of 20 root 2, you can find the height. Height will be u square sine square of theta divided by 2g. So, with the help of this upward time, you calculated u. Then from u, you can find the maximum height. H is equal to u square. That is 20 root 2 whole square. Sine square 45. That is 1 by 2. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Its square will be 1 by 2. Divided by 2 into g is 10. G is 10. 2 into 10 is 20. So, 20... So h will be equals to 20 square is 400 into root 2 whole square is 2 into this 1 by 2 divided by 20. This and this will cancel. This and this will cancel. 2 ones are 2 20s are. H is 20. JEE 2014. Okay. If an object is projected with a velocity of u is equal to alpha I cap plus beta j cap. Okay. Find maximum height. Arey yaar. Okay. Guys. U is equal to alpha I cap plus beta j cap. Always remember, if this is the initial velocity, this is I cap, means whatever is mentioned with I cap, it is the x component. Whatever is mentioned with j cap, it is the y component. So if this is x component, this will be the value of u cos theta. Or you say simply ux. Ux is equal to alpha. This is uy. Uy is equal to beta. X component of initial velocity and y component of initial velocity. Like I have told you here. X component of initial velocity, y component of initial velocity. Now tell me, what is the maximum height, my dear NEET aspirants? Time is 2uy by g. Okay. Maximum height is uy square by 2g. And this is 2. Okay. This is 2 ux uy divided by g. These three formulas I'll be directly using in this previous year question. So first of all, time. 2uy divided by g. That is 2. What is the value of uy? Beta divided by g. Okay. H max. That is uy square divided by 2g. U square sine square theta by 2g. Na? Uy square, that is beta square by 2g. Okay, range. That is 2ux uy divided by g. So range will be 2. Ux is u sine theta, u cos theta, u sine theta divided by g. Ux is alpha, beta divided by g. Okay, done and dusted. 14 question. JEE 2024. Okay. A ball of mass 100 kgs. You are launching a ball of mass 100 kgs. 100 grams, not kgs. with a velocity of 20 meter per second at an angle of 60 degrees with the horizontal. The decrease in the kinetic energy of the ball during the motion from the point of projection to highest point. At highest point, my dear NEET aspirants, from the bottom to the highest point, what will be the decrease in the kinetic energy in this particular case? Okay, guys, this is 20. What will be the value of velocity over here? This component, this will be 20 cos 60. So this will be 20 cos 60 is 1 by 2. This will be 10. So value of velocity at this point is 10 meter per second. Guys, this only, this is Vx, because horizontal velocity remains the same. Now. It says loss in kinetic energy. Listen carefully. What is the kinetic energy initially? That is 1 by 2 mv square. Sir, is this velocity or this is speed? This is speed, my dear NEET aspirants. Because kinetic energy is a scalar quantity. Never say this is velocity, this is speed. So kinetic energy will be 1 divided by 2. Mass is 100. Divided by grams. So divided by 1000. 1000 why? Because you need to convert grams into kgs. So that's why I'm dividing with 1000. V square. V is the speed. What is the speed of the object over here? That is 20. 20 square. 0, 0, 0, 0. 1 divided by 2 into 1 divided by 10 into 400. 20 square is 400. This and this will cancel. 40 divided by 2, that is 20. This is kinetic energy initially. Kinetic energy finally. This is initially at the point of projection. Finally at highest point. At highest point, what is the speed? 10. Vertical is 0. 1 divided by 2 mass. 10 divided by 100. Into velocity square. Speed square is 10 square. 0, 0. 1 divided by 2 into 1 divided by 10 into 100. 10 square is 100. 0 and 0 will cancel. 10 by 2 is 5. Now, what is loss? Delta Ke. That is final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Or sorry, initial minus final. So you'll be saying initial is 20. Final is 5. That will be 15 joules. Oh, clear, oh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, smash the like button. Quick. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. JEE 2024. JEE 2024. Projectile A and B are launched at 60 and 40. If the ranges of the two are same, then the ratio of their... Simple, bro. Two projectiles are launched. First, second. First one is 45. This is 60. It says the range of this is equal to range of this. Make the range equal. Find U1 is to U2. Very simple question. This I am keeping you as homework. Find range here. Make them equal. Then you can find U1 by U2. A projectile is launched at an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, this is a question of JEE 2023. From the horizontal with an initial velocity 40. The velocity of the projectile at t is equal to 2 seconds. That's why I have derived all the relation initially only. See, what is the velocity of an object at any instant? U cos theta into I cap plus U sin theta minus GT into J cap. I'll write over here. V is equal to U cos theta into I cap plus U sin of theta minus GT into J cap. This is the velocity. Now velocity, it says after 2 seconds. Angle, it is launched at what angle? 30. And initial velocity is what? 40. So instead of U, I'll write 40. Cos of what is the angle? 30. I cap plus U, that is 40. Sine of 30 minus GT. G is 10 into T is 2 seconds. J cap. Because it says 2 seconds. Na? A projectile is launched. It said what is the velocity after? What is the velocity after 2 seconds? Now velocity will be 40. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. 40 divided by into root 3 by 2. I cap plus. This is 40. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. Minus. This is also 20. J cap. This and this will cancel. So 0. So this velocity will come out. 2 1s are 2, 20s are 20 root 3. Okay, guys, one thing I got to know from this one. This velocity, if you write, this is actually Vx, I cap, plus this component of the velocity is actually Vy j cap. And if you clearly see, Vy is coming out to be equal to 0. This component becomes 0. When is this component 0? Highest point. So at highest point, this component is 0. So my dear NEET aspirants, at highest point, you have only one velocity, that is x component. So means at t is equal to 2 seconds, the projectile is at highest point. So projectile is at highest point. JEE 2024. Okay. This also I'm giving you as homework. Please do some questions from your end. Read the question very carefully. NEET 2023. This also I'm giving you as homework because similar questions I have already shown you. Okay, this also I'm giving you as homework. NEET 2023. This also I'm giving you as homework. Why, sir? Why? Because guys, recently this question I solved now. Array, this is the initial velocity. V is equal to 30 I cap plus 40 j cap. Tell me what is the value of ux in this case, that is 30. What is the value of uy in this case, that is 40. Then now find height, time of a this. Okay. Relation between, this is also important. Relation between range and maximum height. Guys. If an object is launched, what is the relation between maximum height and horizontal range? Directly remember. H is equal to r tan of theta divided by 4. Don't ask me, sir, where does it come from? Directly remember. I will not derive it. Directly. Take a look at the question. Wait for this one. Okay, this is the same question repeated. Okay, this is JEE 2024. See the question. The angle of projection of a projectile to have the same horizontal range and maximum height. It says that a projectile has same horizontal range as maximum height. What is the value of theta? What is the angle of projection? If you have launched a projectile, its horizontal range and maximum height is same. At what angle you have launched? We say as h is equal to r tan of theta divided by 4. H is equal to r tan theta divided by 4. What is the value of h? That is r is equal to, this is r tan of theta divided by 4. And this will cancel. Take it over here. So tan of theta is equal to 4. Theta will be equals to tan inverse of 4. Tan inverse of 4. This one, JEE 2025. A projectile is projected with speed u, with velocity u, so that its horizontal range is 3 times the maximum height. Horizontal range is given as 3 times maximum height. The horizontal range of the projectile, okay, range is separately given as nu square divided by 25g. Okay. What is the value of n? You are supposed to find the value of n. Amazing question. Amazing question, boys and girls. Amazing question. Is this clear? Tell over here. See, my dear NEET aspirants, if this is given, you are supposed to find the value of n. See what we are supposed to do. Let's do one thing. Can I say as h is equal to r tan of theta divided by 4? Instead of this h, can I write, take this 3 over here, r by 3? Yes, sir. R by 3 is equal to r tan of theta divided by 4. R and R will cancel. Take it over here. So tan of theta will come out to be equal to 4 by 3. Absolutely, sir. Tan of theta comes out to be equal to 4 by 3. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what I want you to understand in this particular case, if tan theta is 4 by 3, let's make the triangle. So this is theta, this is 4, and this is 3. Alright, tan theta means perpendicular by base. If this is 4, this is 3, this will be 5. Under root of this square plus this square, Pythagoras. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, could you please tell me from this what is the value of sine theta? Sine theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, 4 by 5. Okay, what is the value of cos theta? Cos theta is 3 by 5. Okay, now let's find the range. What is the formula of range? Range is, that is u square sine, that is 2u sine theta cos theta divided by g. This is also the value of range. So I can say r is equal to 2 u. Okay. Sine of theta, 2u square sine, okay, 2u square, here it is u square. Sine theta, what is the value of sine theta? 4 by 5. What is the value of cos theta? 3 by 5. And g is g. Okay. 2 into 4 is 8. 8 into 3 is 24. 24 u square divided by 5 into 5 is 25g. N u square divided by 25g. So what, compare n with this? So what is the value of n? 24. The range of a projectile is 4 root 3 times its maximum height. Range is given as 4 root 3 times maximum height. The angle of projection is, you are supposed to find the value of theta. Guys, we say h is equal to r tan of theta divided by 4. So h is equal to, what is the value of r? 4 root 3 h tan of theta divided by 4. H and h will cancel. 4 and 4 will cancel. So tan of theta will come out to be, take this 1 by root 3 over here. When is the value of tan as 1 by root 3? I guess 60, yeah? Theta is equal to 60 degrees. Oh, clear? Oh, tell me. Tell me quickly. Boys and girls, tell me. Tell me. Tell me. A river swimmer problem. This is important, very important, I must say. All are important. Guys, smash the like button if you're not liked the session yet. Quick. Smash the like button. Smash the like button, quick. Okay, let's get done with this reverse swimmer problem also. Now guys, take a look. When it comes to this reverse swimmer problem, listen to me very carefully. You will be having a river, okay? And you are supposed to cross the river. This is the river. But you have to cross the river. First question will be crossing the river in the minimum time. You take minimum time in crossing the river. Second question would be crossing the river along the shortest path. First, you have to cross the river in the minimum time. And the river is flowing, so velocity of the river is VR. This is VR. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, if you have to cross this river, you have to dive. At what angle you need to dive? I'll tell you directly. Guys, Okay, sorry, I forgot. Clear now. Now see, my dear NEET aspirants, reverse swimmer problem is you will be having a river which is flowing and the person, swimmer, has to cross the river. So my dear NEET aspirants, swimmer has to dive. At what angle swimmer needs to dive so that he crosses the river? I would say the swimmer needs to cross if he has to take the minimum time. There will be two cases which we need to discuss. Swimmer has to cross the river in the minimum time. Swimmer has to cross the river in the minimum time. And swimmer has to cross the river in the shortest path. See, if swimmer has to cross the river in the minimum time, let's suppose width of the river is D. So he will directly dive into this with the velocity of swimmer or velocity of man. So he will directly dive in with the velocity of man. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, logic says that if you dive directly, because of the river water, because of the river velocity, you will flow with the river. So you were supposed to reach at this point, but you will land at this point. So this drift will be created. This is what we call the drift. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, please listen carefully. So basically, if you have to cross the river, the flowing river, you made a dive into this river. You were thinking that you will land onto this another point, but due to the river flow, you are drifted due to this flow and you landed onto this particular point. This is what we call the drift created. But in this particular case, this is the case one. Crossing the river in minimum time. Crossing the river in minimum time. So my dear NEET aspirants, if you have to cross the river in minimum time, you have to dive straight. No doubt drift will be created, but time will be minimum. Now guys, this is velocity of man. When you dive into this river, now you will be having two velocities. That is velocity of river also. When you are at the bank, you will be having no velocity. When you start diving, you have your own velocity plus the velocity of river. Due to the velocity of river, this drift is created. Due to Vm, you will cross the river. Okay. And this is going to be the net velocity. Now, in this particular case, if somebody says how much time it is going to cross the river, time will be, and this is the minimum time. Time will be distance upon velocity. How much distance you are covering, D, and velocity. Guys, see, there are two velocities that you have, Vm and Vr. Due to Vr, you are being dragged. Due to Vm, you are crossing. So here it will be Vm. Please remember it. You need to consider Vm over here because due to Vm only you are crossing. Now, if somebody says how much is this drift? This drift means horizontal distance. Distance is equal to velocity into time. Which velocity you are supposed to take? Vr into time is t. Sir, why Vr? Because due to Vr only you are being drifted. So this drift in this particular case is equal to VR, and this time is d divided by Vm. So whenever you have to cross the river in the minimum time, you have to dive straight, okay? But you will be drifted and you will land onto this point. But time will be minimum. No doubt drift will be created, but time will be minimum. Okay, here also we find this net velocity. Net velocity is under root of this square plus this square. That is VR square plus Vm square. Now see, a river of 4 miles wide. There is a river. It is 4 miles wide. This D is given as 4 miles. Is flowing at the rate of 2 miles per hour. So velocity of a river is basically VR is given as 2 miles per hour. The minimum time to cross the boat, the minimum time taken by the boat to cross the river with a speed of, it says velocity of boat means velocity of man. Velocity of man is 4 miles per hour. So it says how much minimum time it is going to take. First of all, if it has to take minimum time, he has to dive straight, but he will land onto this point. Okay, he has to dive straight, but he will land onto this point. So in this case, also drift will be created, but time will be minimum. So what is the minimum time he is going to take? Time minimum in this case will be that is time is distance upon velocity, that is d divided by velocity of man. So minimum time in this particular case will be how much is the width of this? This is d, that is 4. Velocity of man is also 4, so it will be 1 hour because it is in miles per hour na? And if somebody says how much is the drift created in this particular case, drift is VR into t. So what is the value of velocity of river? That is 2. And time is how much? 1. So that is 2. Okay, 2 miles. 2 miles drift is created. Okay, a boat is sent across the river with a velocity of 8 km per hour. This is a river. A boat is sent. Okay, this is velocity of man. It is 8 km per hour. If the resultant velocity, okay, this is resultant velocity V net. V net is 10. Then the velocity of river is, are yaar. What is it asking? Sir, net velocity you recently studied, it is under root of VR square plus Vm square. Alright, take it over there. So this will be V net square minus Vm square is equal to VR, and take this root over here. This will be the value of VR. Now, VR will be equals to under root of, what is the value of V net? 10 square plus Vm, that is 8 square. Now solve this, we'll get the answer. Next is crossing the river, case 2. Case 2. Crossing the river in minimum time. Crossing the river in minimum time. Arey, nahi. Crossing the river in along shortest path. Along shortest path. First one was crossing the river in minimum time. This is the second one, crossing the river along the shortest path. Guys, smash the like button. No? Quick, smash the like button. Crossing the river along the shortest path. Guys, see. Let's suppose this is the river you have. You have to cross this river along the shortest path. I'm taking this path, this path, this path, this path, and this path. Which one do you think is the shortest? Obviously this one, sir. So how do you cross the river along the shortest path? Sir, I think I will start swimming in the straight direction. I'll dive straight. No. Because of the river velocity of river, you will be drifted, you will land onto this, which we have already studied. In this case, time will be minimum, but paths will not be the shortest. So, don't you think that, my dear NEET aspirants, if due to this river flow, if you are trying to go straight, due to the river flow, you are being drifted in this direction, don't you think that you should already leave at some angle? You should already dive at some angle, and at what angle? I would say theta. You should already dive at an angle of what? Theta. So even if you are then drifted, you will still land onto this particular point, means you will be crossing the river along the shortest path. So whenever you have to cross the river along the shortest path, you initially move at some angle. See, if I have to take them, this is the river. If I have to take minimum time, I'll dive straight. No doubt drift will be created, but time will be minimum. But if I have to move along the shortest path, I'll initially start diving at some angle. And then my final path is going to be along the shortest path. Now, guys, this is the velocity of man. We say in this case, if this is the velocity of man, this will have two components. This is Vm and this will be, okay, this is Vm, this is theta, this is Vm cos theta. And this will be Vm sin theta. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what happens? We say here, when you dive at some angle, you have two components of velocity, Vm sin theta, Vm cos theta. So basically, when particle moves along shortest path, when man moves along shortest path, when man moves along shortest path, then in that particular case, my dear NEET aspirants, this Vm sin theta becomes equal to Vr. So when this Vm sin theta becomes equal to Vr, so they cancel out each other. This velocity is cancelled with this velocity. Obviously, bro, because of this velocity, person is being drifted. Now, you dived in such a way that your velocity has two components, Vm sin theta, Vm cos theta. So this velocity becomes equal to this velocity, so they cancel out each other. Now the person has only one velocity, that is Vm cos theta, so he'll travel straight because this Vm cos theta will take it straight. So we say Vm sin theta will be equals to Vr. And the velocity with which the man travels, this is the net velocity in this particular case, that is Vm cos theta. This is the velocity. This is the velocity with which man crosses. This is the velocity with which the man crosses or the person crosses. Now, if I say how much time it is going to take in this particular case, guys, this is d. This is distance d. So time taken here, time taken to cross. Guys, over there, time taken to cross is different. Here, time taken to cross will be, guys, distance is d upon, with what velocity it is crossing? Vm cos theta. Okay. Yes. Okay, one more important thing. Direction of swimmer with respect to flow. Direction of this swimmer with respect to flow. See, this is flow. This is direction of swimmer. That is this theta plus 90. That is 90 plus theta. This is the direction of swimmer with respect to the flow. At what angle he started? Let's suppose if somebody says, what is the angle at which person starts diving? So in that, with respect to flow, what is the angle at which person starts diving with respect to flow? In that case, you won't be saying theta, you'll be saying 90 plus theta because it is saying with respect to the flow. Okay, if I say with respect to the shortest path, then it is theta. JEE 2019. Stream of river has a velocity of 2 kilometer. Okay, there is a stream, it has a velocity, means velocity of river, it is equal to 2 kilometer per hour. Swimmer can swim with 4 kilometer per hour. There is a swimmer, he can swim with 4 kilometer per hour. Find the direction of the swimmer so that he travels straight with respect to flow. So that he travels straight with respect to flow means he has to travel along the shortest path. So means if the person has to travel along the shortest path, he has to move at some angle initially. So this will be velocity of man. Okay. At what angle? This is theta. So this will have, so this is theta. So this will be Vm cos theta. This will be Vm sin theta. Now guys, tell me one thing. In this particular case, my dear NEET aspirants, could you please tell me if the person has to travel along the shortest path? Can I say in this particular case, then VR must be equal to Vm sin theta? Yes, sir. Now, value of VR is given as how much? 2. Value of Vm. Swimmer of river, stream of river, 2 km velocity here. Swimmer can swim with 4. This is 4. This is 4 and sine theta. So 2 ones are 2 twos are. So sine theta came out to be 1 by 2. So when is the value of sine theta as 1 by 2? When theta is equal to 30 degrees. So when theta is equal to 30 degrees in that particular case, so theta is, so you are to find the direction of the swimmer with respect to the flow. Okay, find the direction. Okay, with respect to the flow, you are supposed to find the direction. Now, with respect to flow, we can say it is 90 plus theta. So that is 90 plus 30, that is 120. So with respect to the flow, what is the direction of the swimmer? 90 plus 30, that is 120. JEE 2023. The speed of the swimmer is 4 km per hour in still water. Speed of the swimmer is 4 km per hour in still water. Okay. Okay. The width of the river is 1 kilometers. This is the width. Okay. D is given as 1 kilometers. He reaches a point 750 meters down the stream on the opposite bank. Guys, see. Person started from this point. Okay. He wanted to reach directly opposite to this point along the straight path, but he reaches 750 meters downstream, means drift is given. Drift is 750 meters. 750 meters down the stream on the opposite bank, The speed of the river water is, you guys are supposed to find what is the speed of river water. So in this particular case, obviously man has started moving, okay, along the straight path, but he was drifted, but time in this case will be minimum. Now you have to tell me speed of this, and drift is given. Guys, we say drift is equal to, what is the formula of drift that I have told you recently? VR into D divided by VM. VR into D divided by VM. That is VR into D divided by VM. Drift is 750 meters, 0.75 kilometers. It's in kilometers. Now everything else is in kilometers. What is the value of VR? We need to calculate. What is the value of this D? That is 1. VM, velocity of man, that is 4. 75 you can write as 75 divided by 100 is equal to VR divided by 4. 25 3s are, 25 4s are. So it is basically 3 divided by 4 is equal to VR divided by 4. 4 and 4 will cancel. So VR will come out to be equal to 3. Smash the like button, no? Quick. JEE 2021. A person swimming with a speed of 10 meter per second at an angle of 120 with respect to the flow. There is a person this person is swimming with a speed of 10 meter per second at an angle 120 with respect to the flow. Okay, this is flow, velocity of a river. With respect to the flow, it is swimming at an angle of 120. Means this angle has to be 30. And this is 90. So total is, with respect to the flow, velocity of swimmer is 120. Could you please tell me in this particular case, what is the value of theta? Okay, 30, sir. Okay. And reaches directly opposite on the other side of the river. Obviously, this person reaches directly on the opposite side along the shortest path. Find the speed of the flow. Array, speed of the flow. Tell me in this case, we say here. Can I write this Vm sine theta? Sine component of this Vm is equal to Vr, Okay. The person swims with a speed of 10 meter per second. This is 10. And theta is 30. Sine 30 is equal to, I would say, Vr. So 10. Okay. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So this is Vr. So Vr comes out to be equal to 5. Okay. In this particular case, Vr came out to be 5. What else can you find over here? What else can you find over here? How much time this person is going to take in covering this? Time is equal to, that is d upon Vm cos theta. D is width of this. Is it given? Width is not given over here in this particular case. No, width is not given. Time, okay, width is not given. Okay, now my dear NEET aspirants, next question, this I'm giving you as homework. Guys, smash the like button. Make this like count till 800. Quick. It is 765 now. I want you guys to make the like count as 100. And do let me know in the comments how was the session, okay? Next session is going to be crazy. Crazier than this. Crazier than this. Okay. So take care and bye-bye. Thank you so much, boys and girls. See you in the next session. Till then, bye-bye and take care. Okay. I told you I'll get you 130 plus in your physics. That is my job. Wait for the next session. That is going to be crazier than this. Something different. Take care, guys. Take care. Thank you so much. Do let me know in the comments afterwards how was the session when I end the live stream.